Hello and a warm Wiki Weekdays. Welcome to all the guys, gals, and non-binary pals watching and all listening. This is the Wiki Weekdays podcast, and I'm joined as ever by Karl Smallwood.
Hello. You introduce yourself, though.
Did I not? I'm Lucas Holland.
No.
There we go.
Yeah, Lucas Holland, Karl Smallwood. Holland
Can you
and
tell
Smallwood.
we've already been recording for like hours today?
No, we're still as fresh as we were when we started recording, mate. It's all good fun. But yes, this is the podcast where myself and Lucas will scour the lengths and breadths of the internet for wikis on subjects we're interested in, bring them forward for discussion, and see what kind of conversation arises as a result. And if you happen to be watching the video version, myself and Lucas, before we started recording, we scrolled through our Patreon and our Discord to find this week's Pet of the Week. And who did we pick?
Well, of course, Karl. We picked just like the kind of memeiest picture we could find out of the group, right? Of just, oh, hey, here's a cat in a tyre. It's like, okay,
Tyre
sure.
cat.
It's a tyre cat. Why not?
Yeah. I like when just like, when you look at an animal and go, how'd you get there, animal? What are you doing?
Like, the Discord post listed no name. It just said there's no pet in this picture. So we're going with tyre cat. So well done, tyre cat. Pet of the week.
Yeah, so if you'd like to submit your pet for Pet of the Week or just random animal of like, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
So I still think one of my favourite images of an animal is just, it's a cat, the caption reads, how did you do this? Why did you do this? It is a cat on a sofa, but it's pushed the cushion off, and it's not sat on the cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd like to submit a picture of your pet or a random animal doing something hilarious, you can join our Discord at any tier, or join our Patreon at any tier and submit it to the Discord. If you just join the Discord, you can vote on pictures which you like, and which can sometimes influence our decision, but we always we reserve the right to just like make that executive decision to pick the one we find funniest.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes Pet of the Week will be the most popular one. Sometimes it'll just be like if we've got a specific favourite, and this time it was both this week, so it works out. But
yes,
yeah,
it does indeed.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's not much else to mention. Obviously, if you want to join our Patreon, you can like submit pet pictures in the Discord.
You were going to say pictures there, weren't you?
Pictures. And you can also like join our voting tier to have an influence on one vote for like each of us to pick our subject for the month. And this month, this weekend, we'll be talking about which is it for yours?
Well, we can't let people know, but the votes that we had were on typical like horror movie monsters. So vampires, werewolves, ghosts, or zombies. So we had our audience pick which one of those we think we should talk about. And you'll see that video coming out this weekend.
Karl's apparently keeping it secretive.
Whereas, it's like, keep the mystery alive, right?
I'll spoil my one at least and give people a tease for the Sunday episode, and that'll be that we're talking about Blink, the episode from Doctor Who with the Weeping Angels.
Yeah, so you'll see our commentary and feedback to that particular episode of that show. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating because Halloween this year is on a Friday.
Right, is it? Yeah.
And we put out in Wiki Weekends, we put our episodes out on a weekend, so we're not like, I was looking forward to doing like a spooky Halloween themed episode for the final one of the month, but
you'd have been out on like the 1st of November if you waited another week, right?
Yeah, and are you doing anything for Halloween?
Not particularly, no. I normally just like stay inside because obviously like dogs can get triggered and like things like that, and I just prefer to be the person that's like, hey, like give out some treats for the kids and stuff.
Yeah, I might be, so keep an eye on our Discord, because if I end up going out, I've been liaising with a friend of like my only other friend who goes out like with any regularity of like getting our costumes sorted. And if we do end up doing that, my costume should be very funny, and I'll take a picture of it and post it in the Discord for everyone to laugh at.
I'm still just upset that you're not joining the many, many people and becoming a K-pop demon hunter for the Halloween.
I don't think I've not got that amount of skill at applying makeup. But yeah, one last thing to mention about the Patreon. You'll see on the video version our Patreon producers are PPs.
Of course.
Surrounding our face on screen.
And
or big PPs.
The big PPs get the shout out at the end of it.
They do, yes.
But yeah.
And, I've got one thing to mention though, because I want to complain about something. Can I complain about something?
Okay. I'll tell you what, I've got something to complain about as well. So maybe if we do that, and then we'll jump into your wiki.
Yeah, because specifically the thing I want to complain about is, a friend of mine invited me to an event over the weekend, and it's not an event I was all that enthused about, but I thought it's something interesting, something different. And there was a festival held in Sheffield called Wingfest.
Okay, yeah, I've heard of these happening up and down the country, yeah.
Yeah, and it was an event dedicated to chicken wings. And my friend's like, well, when I lived in London, it was there and it was quite big. I've wanted to go for a while. Would you mind coming with me? It's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucas, right, you could probably guess what they sell at Wingfest.
I would hope there is a variety of chicken wings, yes.
Chicken wings, yes. But I'm not really the biggest fan of chicken wings. I like chicken. I went under the assumption that, maybe I'm stupid for thinking this, audience let us know, that there'd be something other than chicken wings for sale. I thought surely there'll be a place selling fries or sides or
yeah, you would
maybe
expect.
Maybe the place would be doing, instead of wings, doing strips. I hate the gristle. Like, texture wise, I can't eat a chicken wing if it's got shit gristle. Grizzly wing.
I get it.
It's called Wingfest.
I wouldn't expect any other forms of chicken. I would be appreciative if there were some like chicken strips or something, but I wouldn't expect it necessarily. But you'd expect some sides.
You expect something, right? Like, you specifically just. I get it. I'm expecting like, well, it's called Wingfest. What do you expect? Anything else? Like, I didn't expect it to be just you can go in and there is only chicken wings.
And yeah, like,
and that was it. And
if I said to someone, "Let's go get some wings," and we went to a chicken place, we wouldn't be getting just chicken wings. We'd be getting some sides. Yeah.
And we go to the event, and it's in a small, tiny like warehouse. And there's like 6 chicken wing places.
6.
And we sat there, and I think like it might have been like 6. That was, then there was an outside bit with a couple more.
I thought there'd be like 50 places.
Maybe there is in like bigger events. But when we were there, we were walking around, and my friend got some chicken wings. And let's keep an eye out. Like, I'm not that hungry anyway, but I came here to support. Like, you wanted to not be walking around alone. I went, well, I'm doing like Stoptober, so I'll get a drink. And I go to the bar. You got any alcohol-free beer? No. Okay. Sure. Well, he says there's entertainment happening later. Sweet. What's the entertainment? Well, there's music playing, and the music was one busker outside. Okay.
Oh.
And it was raining. Is there anywhere to sit down? Nowhere to sit down. There was a couple of tables that were taken up by families. So my friend gets some chicken wings, and they're eating the chicken wing. And they asked me, like, oh, have you got a napkin? And I looked around, and none of the stores. A couple of them did, but a few of them clearly ran out. There's no hand wash stations, no, like, just napkins out and about. Nowhere to put. There's like 3 bins, so you had to walk around. It's like no tables. So chicken wing, that's like a pretty involved process, eating a chicken wing.
It can be, yeah.
Especially when like these like award-winning chicken wings are like covered in sauces. Mm-hmm. And our friend's like, I've got nowhere to wash or wipe my hands. Also, each wing costs £1.50. So for Americans, that's like $2 per wing. And these are award-winning wings. And about after like half an hour, my friend had like some chicken wings. I said to them, like, what do you want to do now? Because you've eaten some chicken wings. There's no
entertainment music or anything, yeah.
Yeah, they said there's a band coming on, but they're not on till like 4 o'clock. It's 12. There's one arcade game, but you got to pay to use it. There's like a cornholing thing outside, and it's raining. And then I said to my friend, like, how much did this cost you, by the way? She said £26. So for both of us, no each.
Jesus.
So they spent £50 and ate 10 chicken wings that they had to pay £1.50 each for.
Yeah, so you got.
Am I wrong in thinking that an event that cost that much should have had more, even though it's specific? I know it's called Wingfest. I think for 26 fucking quid, there should have been more.
I think there should have been some like hand wash locations and tables at least.
Well, I said they had a couple of tables, but there were clearly people just sat there, and they were just sat there, and they didn't move.
If it's a ticketed event, why not? You know how many people are attending, so get some seating.
And I'm just wondering, like, was I overreacting to like how little there was there for how much my friend paid?
It's insane as well that no wings are included with the price of a ticket.
Yeah, because we thought when we walked in, they gave us like a voucher.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this must be like, hey, go, like, you get a couple of free chicken wings from like, pick the stores that you like the look of, and then you buy it. It's like, no, we got a free hat.
Yeah, you would think at least it's like, hey, there's some entertainment that's free.
It felt like an event you should have paid a £5 for.
Price, and then like,
for 26 quid.
And like, yeah, you'd expect the bare essentials, and like maybe a voucher for like 5 wings and a fries from like one place or something, right?
Yeah. Or something.
Just an empty,
Am I
empty
that's like,
room
am I
with nothing
overreacting?
to
Because
do.
me and my friend just sat there and they were so disappointed and they apologised. Like, well, at least let me give you your money back. I'm like, you've not eaten anything. It's my fault. I thought there'd be like, I'd be able to get some French fries or some chicken strips.
Yeah. God. I'd be livid.
Well, we were.
Yeah.
So when we got there, it was when we walk in, and they give us like a map to walk around, and it's one room and a hallway outside. That's like, obviously as well, what's outside? All the bins.
Yeah.
So you stand outside, and you're either under the thing that's next to a bin. And we went like the second day, so clearly the bin had not been emptied out from the day before. So it's like, there's like 400-day-old chicken wings in there. And you can really smell the fact there's 400-day-old chicken wings that have been chucked in that bin.
I would genuinely be requesting.
I asked my friend, how much did you pay for this? Expecting to say £5 because I was going to give a £5 back or buy him a drink.
Yeah.
But no, it cost, like, they spent £50 on 2 tickets.
That's insane. And like,
keep in mind, I'm going to see a concert next week, and it was a tenner per ticket for the concert.
Yeah, and just nothing for your money. Like, your money got you the ability to spend more money
on chicken wings. And I'll be honest, because I didn't eat any, but my friend did, and went, they weren't great.
I mean, that's
they took a bite of one wing, and they did the thing. That's why I didn't want any. I saw the big like line of gristle come off the fucking wing, and went, ugh.
It's the one thing as well that, like, it's got to be hard to make your food the same quality when you're just out of a stall.
Yeah, it was really funny as well, because when we were walking around, all the flavours were the same. Because we were looking, it was like every single place, it's like, oh, there's a Korean-style one here, put on like Guanchu, I think it is, I'm not sure I pronounce it, and then like 3 of like the 8 places had the exact same sauce. Just in, like, all the ingredients just in a different order. So this one's doing like bourbon, maple, sriracha. What's that one doing? Oh, it's doing sriracha, whiskey, honey. So isn't that just the same? Also a place saying, oh, we're doing Korean-inspired wings with sriracha sauce. And I went, but sriracha's Vietnamese.
Yeah. I mean,
like Chinese-style wings with sriracha. It's like sriracha's Vietnamese.
Obviously, like, it can just be that they're trying to offer
it might have been a bad one.
But
maybe,
like, you would think that at very least they would get locations in and like that either have so many that you're going to naturally just find variation in the food, or if you're very limited to the amount that you can bring in, at least make sure that they're serving different things.
Yeah. And I just thought I'd mention that because I wanted to get some feedback of like, am I overreacting that there wasn't a single other thing there when the ticket price? Because like for Americans, that's like $30-$40 we paid to get in, and we had to pay per wing.
It's insane that there wasn't entertainment. That price is insane.
There was entertainment. Well, the entertainment was it's coming on at 4:00, and we got there at 12 when it opened.
Yeah, but the entertainment should be there for everyone, not for the people that get there after 4.
There was a busker sat outside, and then some guy came out, and he was like a compare type thing. And he just walked around and just asked people what their favourite chicken wing was for like half an hour.
Because I know that, like, the one in London, for example, I think you don't get any free food there either.
But, I think it's a lot bigger.
It's a lot bigger. There's a lot more places, and I don't know whether they do serve other food there or not, or whether it is just wings there too, but, like, they do at least have festivities. It's meant to be a wing fest. There was no fest to the fest.
Like, so I was saying to my friend of like, £26, like, this should be like 4 times the size, and they should have like a big event.
Yeah.
But I just thought I could like get some feedback on that, because my friend felt so bad for like spending that amount of money, and so I said to him, like, we could have just gone. There's a nice food hall place in Sheffield. It's called Cambridge Street Collective. So we could have just gone there and ordered £50 worth of food.
Yeah.
That's like a really nice. It has like a bunch of different restaurants. Like they have like a smattering of different like cuisines and like cultures. It's like, man, we could have like, I've wanted to try some Ethiopian food from there for fucking ages. We could have gone in there and got some absolute fucking top tier Ethiopian.
Got like multiple entrees each for that price.
I said to her, like, do you know, for that price we could have gone to McDonald's and got 300 chicken nuggets and still had £30 left.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'd be asking for a refund if I was them. I honestly would be. Like, that sounds atrocious.
So I imagine like if someone's been to the London one, if someone listening to this has been to like one in another country, I don't know if another part of the country, was it better? So also as well, like if it was like summertime, maybe it'd be better because like there's clearly a lot of space outside, but it's raining.
Yeah. But was there like if it was a bit sunny and stuff outside?
There was, but like I said, there was not enough for the amount of people that were there.
Yeah, and it was raining because it's October.
Like we didn't get to sit down once the entire time we were there.
Like, that's at least the bare minimum. Is at least it should be, I can go in there, buy wings, sit down and enjoy my food. That's insane.
Stand up next to a bin and eat your wing. Your wet wing.
And have no way to wipe your hands afterwards.
My friend was also really disappointed as well, because there was like an Ozzy Osbourne wing, called like the Wing of Darkness. And my friend's like, oh, that's going to be spicy, right? And they tried it and went, it doesn't taste of anything.
Again,
probably worse things happened to Ozzy this year.
Fucking hell, man. Can't say that.
He wouldn't even shake like a fucking bat.
Again, like, as I said earlier, I understand that, like, oh, yeah, okay, it's tough, A, to get the same quality, and it's tough to cook a lot when you've only got a stall, but, like...
I'd understand that if they had anything on the menu other than... Because each store only sold 2 wings.
Yeah, but, like, even then, I'm not trying to, save them too much, but you could have at least got a couple of stalls in that were just, like, a loaded fries place or something, right?
Well, that's what I was expecting.
Even if the chicken wing stalls can't sell anything but chicken wings,
because they want to min-max the amount of chicken they sell.
Yeah, like at least get someone else selling something else in there.
Yeah, something else annoyed me as well because they had like a pub in there, and like they called it like Cluckingham Place. I thought to my friend, I went, why is that not Cluckingham Palace?
Yeah. And
we thought, is Cluckingham Palace already thing? Looked it up. That's not a name. There's no chicken shop or pub in the UK called Cluckingham Palace. So that's just a name you can use if anyone out there wants to run a chicken. Like, we didn't find there's not a single chicken shop or like wing place called Cluckingham Palace. And how is there not one in London called that?
Yeah.
It annoys it was called Cluckingham. Yeah. It was called Cluckingham Place. And went, how is it called Cluckingham Place and not Cluckingham Palace? Move one letter. You move one letter.
It's why obviously, I'm not going to do it myself. I'm not going to actually open a restaurant or anything ever. But, like, I just think I've got the solid idea of, like, opening up a fake Nando's called Scrando's.
It's like, that's something that annoyed me this week. I wanted some feedback on it because I did mention it to someone who was there offhand. And, like, it was the kind of guy you can imagine going to a place like that. Like, dude with a beard. He was clearly like, all he does is he drinks beer, watches Formula 1 and eats chicken wings. It's like, what else did you expect? It's like, anything else?
Yeah.
And it's like, you're happy paying 30 quid and then on top of that paying like another... What got me as well, one of the signs on the place is like, chicken wing, what is £1.50 per wing? And it's like, oh, but you can buy 4 for 6 quid. I'm like, that's not a deal. That's just telling me how math works.
That's math.
Yeah. It was like, and I thought to myself, that's the exact kind of person who looks like us, what a deal. Do you get a discount for buying multiple?
Yeah.
Yeah. What annoyed you this week?
I mean, mine's less egregious, but it's still a bit annoying.
I think it's more annoying than it cost my friend money. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah, exactly right. But yeah, I just got very annoyed with like a customer service experience of like.
I'll go for it.
Had like the limitless cinema option thing for a couple of months with Odeon, and like nearly a month ago, I'd requested like, hey, can I cancel it? Because you have to like, you can't just go to the website and click cancel my membership. You have to send a customer. Yeah, you have to send a customer ticket, like customer service ticket, to like the thing of like submit a request to cancel your membership.
There's hostage negotiations that are easier than this.
Yeah, so I then get an email after I've submitted that of like, okay, we'll get back to you within 10 days. And bear in mind, as I say, it's been nearly a month since I've done that. And I just assumed it had been done. And then...
Well, it's natural, right? I cancelled 25 days ago.
And you told me it'd be done within 10 days. So then I'm like, okay, right. Go to the customer service, because it's been taken out my account again. And I'm like,
how much is it, just for context? Like, how much are they charging you for a month?
Like
that you've not used, keep in mind. It's 18 quid for a month's worth of content that you've not used.
But I've used it since when I thought it was going to go out of date.
But you think it's like a Netflix account, right? Of like,
finished like 2 weeks ago, so I haven't been
you'll have
using
it. Yeah, it said like a Netflix account, right? Of like, well, I'm cancelling it and I'll lose access to the library on this date, but I'll watch it up until that date, sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah. And last thing is, like, I was using it and I just looked at the release calendar for the movies and was like, okay, for a while I'm not interested in films. It's not worth my money right now. It was going fine. I was using the thing, but yeah, absolute ball ache of like, wait 10 days. Then it didn't get cancelled. So go and speak to like a customer service chatbot that then is like, do you want to speak to a real human person? Because
I'd like that, yeah.
It's like, yes, please, thank you. After, submitting multiple things of like explaining what I meant to do, and this is like, well, this is how you can cancel your thing. It's like, well, that didn't work, so put me through to someone, please.
I'm sorry, machine. This is not a job for you.
No. So then that person is like, yeah, I can cancel that, that's no problem. Okay, so can I get my money back for like the month that I didn't think I should be paying for because I cancelled like nearly a month ago?
Yes.
Oh, no.
You've got that in your system, right, that I cancelled a month ago.
Yeah. It's like literally they went like, yeah, I can see that you submitted that ticket like near the end of September. Okay, we can cancel that, that'll be no problem. Okay, so can I get a refund for the last month? Oh, well, no, you can't do that because technically in our terms and conditions, you've got to give us a 30-day waiting period before you stop making payments.
And again, I'd like to ask the audience at home, does this incentivize you to ever use a service again?
No, and I said
in fact, it's disincentivized you, and you're now complaining about it on the internet, hoping to put off as many other people as possible. So what's the name of this company again?
Odeon.
Odeon, cinema chain in the UK, and it's their Odeon Unlimited service, yes?
They're My Limitless, I think it's called, yeah.
So there you go, don't use that.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't go to Wingfest.
It's one of those things of like, obviously I wasn't directly complaining to the customer service person, like I understand it's not their system.
It's not their fault, no, but
I just said to them, I was like, okay, just to let you know, this process is A, a hassle, B, didn't work properly, and the whole thing's just been an entire mess, and you've not even cancelled it when I asked you to. I was like, I'm not going to be returning as a customer, just like as some feedback for how this all goes down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just like, and yeah, as I say, or as you said, sorry, like, I'm now here telling people, do not use this thing, because just cancelling my membership was such a hassle, and I'm paying for an extra month. Like, they're betting on you not being prepared for like 40 days in advance of when you want to cancel your membership.
It's why I will always, like, the thing like unprompted promoting something, gyms. I understand there's a lot of like hassle with gyms sometimes trying to cancel them. I will always recommend Pure Gym. Like, They don't have the best selection, but it's 24 hours a day access. It's reasonably cheap. Like, for the location that I'm in, there's only one gym cheaper, and it's like some guy's house. And I'm only able to access it like certain times.
Yeah.
Their process of cancelling is either on your app, which has like your scan code to get in.
Yeah.
You can just press cancel, and we'll cancel it, or cancel your direct debit. And there's some like gyms that I've like been members of where you cancel your direct debit and it's like, no, that's against terms of service. They're actually going to charge you an extra 50 quid for doing that.
And I'll shout
Your gym's like, they'll even send you a nice email of like, we couldn't take payment. We're assuming you cancelled. You have access to the gym until this point. If you decide to rejoin, you will still have access under your previous number unless you want to delete that, follow this link.
Yeah, I have
completely
the same,
painless. And as a result, I don't have no qualms about promoting them unprompted, because if you want to go to the gym, it's about as like bare bones as you're going to get, but you can't really ask for more than that of, I'm paying you, I get 24-hour access, I can cancel it whenever I want.
Yeah, like, I go to the gym from like the gym group. A not great branded name, but yeah.
I guess if you're searching like gym near me.
Yeah, but like, I use the gym, and it's the same thing of like, you can just get a membership on the app, have like you scan in with like a QR code if you want, and on your phone, rather than like memorizing a number to get in or anything. Like, you can just cancel whenever you want. They've got multiple like flexible options for like whether you want just like peak hours only, or like off peak time only, or like 24 hours. And it's every time it's just like join and cancel whenever the hell you want, and it's
I feel like a lot of like the more like millennial and younger people oriented gyms are keenly aware how fucking annoying people find this. Because like I said, I joined like a more traditional gym that was nearby, where I used to live, and it was right before the pandemic. And I remember I got a 6-month pass, expecting to be able to like go in every fucking day. And I remember emailing them when the pandemic happened. I'm like, hey, can I get a refund of my money? It's like, no, you've paid. It's like, this is clearly unprecedented circumstance. Can you at least freeze my account and give me that 6 months access back? No, that's not how it works.
I can't use your gym right now. And
if I walked into your gym right now, I'd be breaking the law. And it was like, no. And I went, okay then. Just made a mental note, never fucking go there ever again. And that was Pond's Forge in Sheffield.
Oh, yeah, they are a ball ache to deal with. And they're one of those gyms as well that's like, okay, so you have to book an induction to be able to use the gym. So, like, we're not going to give you access until you've booked in with somebody to do, like, a 20-minute induction. It's like, okay, but I've been to gyms before. It's like, nope, you've not been to our gym on this membership right now. So,
that's all that,
yeah, do you want to book in a week's time with a PT to do your induction? It's like, no.
I also remember as well, that was frustrating because, like, hey, Pond's Forge, for like, people who don't live in Sheffield, it's a council-run place, so it's subsidised by my taxes. So it's like, why is it so fucking much to go here? I'm supporting what is essentially a public service.
Yeah.
You'd think a public service would be more public, like, facing,
inclined,
right? Of like,
yeah. But, anyway, Karl.
Yeah. And there's one more thing I want to bring up. I'll bring it up during the break. So
Okay,
I want some audience advice.
You can do some more, like, moaning or whatever it is.
I just want to get some audience feedback.
Well, leave me alone, Gemini.
Yeah, I'd like to get some audience feedback on something the same way I got audience. I'm hoping to get some audience feedback on. Was I thinking too much about that Wingfest thing? My friend agreed with me.
I mean, yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about that Wingfest thing, because obviously mine is just that customer service experience sucked. There's not much to say about that, but I'd be interested to know what other Wingfests are like and what people think of Karl's experience.
And how much people think that the experience that I had was worth.
Mm-hmm. But, Karl, you've got a wiki to bring first for this week, right?
Yes, so this is actually... it's revisiting a wiki we've already covered.
Oh, okay.
But I'm specifically visiting it under the spooky season guise, or viewing it through the lens of it being spooky season.
Right, okay.
So the thing we've covered before is Black Mirror.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We've talked about Black Mirror, spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm, at least for this month, trying to cover like a lot of horror or horror-adjacent topics.
Yeah,
are you aware that Black Mirror briefly rebranded?
I wasn't, but I was going to say, it's funny because for my Patreon vote, my idea was like a non-horror TV show episode. Oh, like a non-horror TV show that has a spooky themed episode.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did my Patreon vote on. And yeah, I was tempted to do Black Mirror and then thought to myself, I was like, I'd basically classify Black Mirror as horror.
Yeah, Black Mirror, most episodes at the very least can be viewed through that lens. If like the particular topic being discussed is one that you personally find frightening. Like a lot of like the sci-fi concepts explored, I find fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
But are you aware though, they briefly rebranded, and it's not something they actually committed to, which is kind of frustrating for me. So for season 6 of Black Mirror, they had a couple of episodes that series creator Charlie Brooker didn't think fit exactly or as neatly as he'd like into the Black Mirror format. And Black Mirror is largely, it's an anthology series that deals with sci-fi concepts or sci-fi adjacent topics or concepts. And Charlie Brooker has broadly described Black Mirror as being set 5 minutes from now, in the sense that while some of the stuff that's featured in episodes is fantastical, you probably wouldn't be all too surprised to find out someone like Apple had figured it out.
Yeah, there's a couple more out there episodes, like the Million Points one, I think is like a bit more like full weird dystopian, different from our world,
but there's still like analogues to our real world, like social media and stuff,
and like the clearly like a play on X Factor and things like that, right?
Yeah, it's like more they're using the sci-fi sci-fi like trappings to tell a story.
Yeah, but a lot of it is just kind of a like 5 minutes from now, like the idea being this is technology that we can feasibly see being used, but like just being pushed a little bit further.
Yeah, I think the way like Charlie Brooker described it in interviews is, like think about the difference in what a phone looked like 15, 20 years ago, and what a phone was capable of, and what a phone is now capable of. Imagine just if instead of like that, the amount of R&D that went into phones went into anything else.
It's similar to like, I think one episode is basically like, take the idea of what people are running around with of like the smart glasses.
Yes.
But put that in your head, right? That's like a chip in your head instead.
Yeah. Like take that idea and just go to its like, what would be the logical conclusion if like humanity put as much R&D into this technology as they do, as he said, like cell phones.
Yeah, because like that's one of the most harrowing early episodes for me is the one where, yeah, as I say, like they've got almost like a smart thing in their head where it's like they can replay memories, and I'm like, my anxiety could not deal with that. Of like, I would be stuck in a loop and just depressive spiral of replaying every anxiety-inducing moment in my life.
Yeah, and you might be tempted to say like, well, having the ability, like having a chip implant in your head that lets you like look back and scroll through old memories is a bit far-fetched. That's a phone. How many people sit there and scroll through Facebook and interact with the world through looking at Facebook memories? Or like relive like, you know, their glory days vicariously through social media? Or only interact with the world through the lens through which they view it through social media, the highly filtered version that people present on there?
I've heard a lot of people, and to clarify, I think smart glasses are creepy as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like
there's something that I think, the fact that they're not regulated is proof that Mark Zuckerberg probably has like someone from the government's Facebook information that shows them cheating on their wife or worse, because the fact that they didn't immediately get, what would be the word now for it?
I don't know, like some kind of restrictions put on them, right?
Yes, like the fact there wasn't like a government like intervention. It's like, you can't sell these.
Yeah,
this is one step beyond. Like there's that people don't know. There's an expectation of, you don't have an expectation of privacy in public. So, for example, if someone's filming on their phone and you walk back in the background, you can't sue that person for putting you in that video because there's no expectation of privacy in public, because everyone is allowed to enjoy the outside to the same extent that you are. That shouldn't cover being able to fucking film everything through your goddamn eyes. So at least when someone's holding up a phone, you can tell they're filming something, and you can like make reasonable efforts to like avoid being seen. Just someone having shit in their glasses that film all the time, fuck that.
Especially when it's like, oh, they could be going into like very private spaces, like, for example, public toilets.
Or I remember there was a story a few years ago. It's like some guy had like Google glasses on, and he tried to like, he got like a few tech blogs covered of like, it's the first example of like I think they may have used the term hate crime, or they tried to frame it as like cyborg crime or something like that. Of like, it's a guy who's using technology to improve himself, and he was getting harassed because of it. Then you read the story, it's like the guy walked into a bathroom, and a guy who was changing his like kid's nappy told the guy to get the fuck out because he's recording it, and the guy just got really flippant with him and told him to fuck off. So the guy,
rightfully so,
say,
like,
probably reasonable assumption of, you're pointing a camera at my naked child, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly right.
And then the guy being like indignant that he was being asked to leave, and insisting that he's not doing anything wrong by walking and doing that.
And
but like, they try to frame it as like, oh, he was harassed because he was wearing the Google glasses. It's like, no, you're being harassed because you're filming someone in a situation where, like, fun fact, even security cameras aren't allowed to point at an angle at a bathroom that would allow them to see around the corner.
Yeah.
Even that, if you walk into a place and you see that camera is illegal.
Because, like, you shouldn't be able to open a door and camera have view of anything private
inside.
Happening on the inside, yeah.
Which is why, like, there's generally going to be a dead zone around, like, bathrooms, because you're literally not allowed to film people walking in, because you might be able to see inside. That's how, like, stringent the law is. The fact that, like, Google Glass and thing is not a thing that's been immediate, like, you can't fucking have that.
Yeah, it's something I don't really want to get into, like, who is right or wrong in the situation, because I think it's like way more nuanced than people on social media want to have a conversation about.
All I'll say is it's understandable that father's reaction.
I was going to bring up something else.
Okay.
There's like one of these viral like TikTok situations where like villain of the week on social media of like there was a DoorDash person who like got given instructions of like, hey, just leave my DoorDash on like in front of my door, and then this person went up to the door. The front door's open, and the person is like half naked, exposing the genitals like on the sofa right in front of the door.
Mm-hmm.
But then the DoorDasher filmed them and put it on social media, and it's like, again, I don't want to get into
multiple layers there of like there is rules like I'm like, for example, I'm allowed to be naked inside my own house, but if I stand at my window, and it's expected that if you're naked inside your own house, you're allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stand naked at your front window and someone sees you, that can't. And it's like it's a deliberately legal grey area because there's there's so much nuance that would need to be applied to such a situation because it's it should be viewed on a case by case basis.
Yeah, and in this case, don't post it on social media. That's how you get yourself fired, which they did.
Yes,
but I understand the idea of, hey, maybe I should like get evidence to show DoorDash that this person exposed themselves to me. Like, I can understand that part of the mindset of like,
yeah,
I've seen something I shouldn't have seen. I was put in a shit situation. Maybe I should get some evidence. But yeah, then it like the whole putting it on social media. I don't want to get like.
No, I said yeah. It's a deliberately vague area, legally speaking, for that exact reason. Because there's been a couple of cases where that's been the case. I think it was the Tate Modern, and they built a new wing. And the Tate Modern, when they built this new wing, could literally, the new wing, you could see directly into a block of flats that was across the road. And they could see downwards at an angle that allowed people to see directly into the bathroom. And the people who like lived in those flats fought for years of like, okay, our privacy has been invaded. It's like, well, legally speaking, you are entitled to walk around your bathroom. It's not our fault that people can see through. And what eventually happened is the Tate Modern. I think it was the Tate Modern. It was some big like structure like that had to pay to have like specifically all the windows on that flat on that side tinted.
Right, yeah.
At their expense, because like the answer would put up curtains. Like, I shouldn't have to put up curtains when I live like 14 stories up. I didn't expect people to be able to see through my window when I bought the flat, and now they can.
Yeah.
And again, it's very grey legally speaking, and it did require a couple of years back and forth in the courts, but you kind of need it to be that way, because if it was...
Again, it's a nuanced situation every time.
Yeah, I would like that to be viewed on a case-by-case basis, because it'd be like, then a peeping Tom could complain about someone being naked in their front room, right? Instead of the person who's naked in their front room being able to, like, complain and prosecute the peeping Tom.
Yeah, I remember, like, one time, like, a restaurant that I work at is, like, in the city centre, and, like, someone was just naked on their balcony, like, clearly viewable from the windows of the restaurant. And it's like, but that's their right to be on their balcony naked, I guess. Like, yeah. And like, but then obviously people noticed and were like going over to look at them, and I don't know whether they knew that or not. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it's weird that you're allowing yourself to be seen naked in public, but I guess like technically you're on your private property. Yeah, it's a
grey area legally speaking. Yeah, so getting back to Black Mirror, like it deals with like topics like that, but through the lens of viewing it through technology or other adjacent sci-fi topics. And as mentioned, Charlie Brooker, the creator, thought that some ideas that he and the other writers had didn't exactly fit within that definition, which led to them briefly creating a new type of Black Mirror content that they billed as Red Mirror. And Red Mirror was framed as similarly anthology stories, but instead of like it being a sci-fi concept or technology as the primary thrust of a narrative, it's a paranormal or supernatural entity that's driving the narrative forward.
Okay.
And they only did that for one.
Is that just been, like, put back into Black Mirror now, then?
It's in so while you're watching season 6 of Black Mirror, you'll go through and every episode will be a Black Mirror episode. Yeah. But when you get to the final episode of that season, Demon 79, the title card reads Red Mirror.
Right, okay.
And that's because they had the idea of doing a horror anthology spin-off of Black Mirror, where it dealt with supernatural and paranormal stuff instead of technological or sci-fi concepts. And that episode is really fucking good, but it's the only one they made.
It doesn't really, like, fit with the vibe, right?
It doesn't, no. It fits with Black Mirror in the sense that it's just a really well-acted short story.
Yeah, but again, like, there's 6 seasons of Black Mirror, and apart from
technology.
That one episode,
yes,
we've been able to categorize it around one idea, like one core concept of, like, technology gone awry.
Well, that's the thing as well, because some of the other episodes in that season scrape against this. For example, the episode prior, which is Maisie Day, is about werewolves. Oh. But it does have the hook of it being a paparazzi who captures a photo of a werewolf. So it's still like that sort of like Black Mirror social commentary aspect of, okay, it's a commentary on like the paparazzi and the role they play in like celebrity and building celebrity and how the social contract celebrities have with us, the public, and their right to privacy and a personal life. Then a werewolf's in it. And then they're the only 2 episodes that have a supernatural or horror element. I really think they should double down on that.
Like, yeah, I get the idea of like wanting to explore
branch out
different areas and branch out as a creative. Like, yeah, I get that because they've made like 6 seasons, so each one's like 3 to 6 episodes or something like that.
In total there are 30. Yeah, there are 33 episodes of Black Mirror.
Yeah, so they've gotten to like 30 odd episodes where they're talking about like different branches of technology. I can see the idea of maybe I want to write about something else.
And it's to the point as well where they're doing sequels to some of the videos or reusing concepts from earlier episodes but telling a different story utilising that concept.
Yeah, they did have that sequel to the USS Callister one
which
it's
was
like the Star Trek.
Yes.
But it wasn't anything on the first episode, I didn't think.
No. I think it's a good episode, but it weakens the original episode and the format of Black Mirror being a standalone story that leaves the ending open to interpretation. And the best thing about watching a Black Mirror episode is sitting down afterwards and going, what do you think?
Yeah, I also, obviously the strong point of an anthology is that you can sit down and watch whatever episode sounds interesting to you, and you don't
completely out of order, right?
Yeah, you don't need to worry about prior context.
But I just thought that was interesting, though, right? They tried for one episode, and another episode has an element, because you could probably cut out the werewolf aspect of that previous episode. And if anything, you can, even if you want to, you can read the werewolf aspects as completely metaphorical.
I mean, is it kind of similar to just like a person that's going and picturing Bigfoot kind of art?
Yeah.
Right.
Not even that, it's paparazzi. It's like, think TMZ, like fucking gutter scraping, shit like that.
More meant in the element of like, not necessarily that the werewolf is directly involved with the episode as like a monster, they're just talked about.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
As I said, you can cut out the werewolf and just read it metaphorically as an actor or celebrity acting out of character. It just so happens they're literally a fucking werewolf in this. Okay. But as I said, the next episode, Demon 79, from the title, directly evokes the supernatural. And it's the only episode of the entire show that's done this. They specifically singled out the fact it's so radically departure from the established format and tone of Black Mirror. They give it a new title card. And I'm fascinated that they've not tried to make a horror version. Because there must be a lot of writers out there who are like, well, I like the format. I like the idea of telling these short stories. But I don't want to have to rely on the crux of it needs to be about technology.
Yeah, I mean, I would say at least for just reach and SEO purposes, they should probably just keep it as Black Mirror. But in terms of make a season 7 that is Red Mirror within the Black Mirror format, right?
Yeah, or like, do a mini season of like, if you don't want to do a full season, do a couple of episodes, like guest directors or something. Like, it doesn't fit within the established format, but we had a couple of stories that have they lean towards supernatural and paranormal rather than the fantastical scientific elements and technological elements we've dealt with. But it's the only episode they do, and I just found it really interesting when I was watching it. I'd watch a full season of this. I would love, I bet there's some, fucking incredible, horror and short horror ideas out there that could be explored in this format.
I obviously don't know too many directors when it comes to, horror and stuff like that. But I can, for example, see, them going to, Guillermo del Toro, being give us something interesting that's, 40 minutes long.
Yeah. So I think Jordan Peele tried that with a reboot of The Twilight Zone, but it just wasn't very good.
Oh, I didn't even know there was a reboot of that.
What's the Twilight Zone is essentially that. Twilight Zone could deal with anything. Wouldn't it be fucked up if this happened?
Yeah,
it's a lot broader than Black Mirror is.
I do. I have a very fondness for Twilight Zone, even though I've never really watched it because
is it Scary Door?
Well, the Tower of Terror.
Oh, okay.
In Disneyland Paris, at least, the Tower of Terror is presented to you through an intro that's the Twilight Zone.
Imagine If You Will.
Yeah, and it's oh, this is the story of people who went into this elevator in a hotel, and this is the story that happened to them. And then I also as well, because it's Disneyland Paris, they have an English version that plays sometimes or a French version that plays sometimes. And it's enter le quatrième dimension, and it's the fourth dimension is how it's translated instead of Twilight Zone. I was oh, it sounds so cool.
I thought you were going to say the Scary Door from Futurama, which is riffing on the Twilight Zone, where it's that guy who's I think the best one is that dude where it's he wakes up, he's on the plane, he goes, I died? Oh, I'm in a casino. Ding! A casino where I win, I must be in heaven. Wins again. A casino where I always win, that's boring. This must be hell. You're not in hell, you're on a plane. Looks outside. Wait, there's a gremlin on the wing. Why should I believe you? You're Hitler? What? Do you remember that from Futurama?
I don't remember
when
that
it comes to Fry and Bender watching it, and Fry just goes, saw it coming. And Twilight Zone is very similar to Black Mirror in the sense of that jokey summation of Black Mirror of what if your nan ran on batteries? Twilight Zone is wouldn't it be fucked up if I don't know, just your eyeballs were made of bees?
Yeah.
It's just introduce this singular high concept and then just treat it completely earnestly. What would the world like that look? It's probably kind of fucked up, right?
I do like the idea though of making a Twilight Zone episode of what if an elevator dropped? that's just
which
it.
It's okay. I'm a fan of the short horror and just the anthology format lends itself well to what if, asking an out there question and then singling in on one person's experience with that. It's like Black Mirror, right? What if you had the ability to instantly recall information in your head? Rather than exploring the wider social ramifications of that, let's zero in on one family's experience with that technology. And then you can just intuit from that what the wider world around them looks like.
Speaking of what if, the TV show Marvel's What If,
which is
frustrated me so much because I like the idea
what a waste
of Marvel What If, but the fact that each season has to have an overarching narrative,
which is the exact opposite thing you want from an anthology series. The opposite of an anthology series should be completely standalone.
Yeah, again, I should be able to watch any episode in any order, and it all makes sense. And I hate the fact that every season they've done it of well, this has all got to build up to us defeating Ultron at the end or something.
And then you're watching it and you're just when does Captain Carter turn up? Yeah. But, and it's...
Yeah.
It sucks. And there's been a couple of other anthology shows that have a Twilight Zone-esque or have that... Love, Death, Robots. Does somewhat deal with technology, but some of the ideas are a bit more out there.
Yeah, it's
very not necessarily sci-fi adjacent.
Some of them, it's just whatever they want to do, right?
It's that's the beauty of an anthology series. That's why I feel bad for Black Mirror that they've specifically written themselves into the corner. If it has to deal with technology, whereas something like Love, Death, Robots Like they have that fucking werewolf episode where it's just like, oh, it's just Russian people. It's like some Russian soldiers doing like World War One, World War Two ish, that era, just fighting fucking werewolves.
Yeah, and there's the other
And it's
one.
like, do you know what? Again, what if Russian soldiers fought werewolves? Go 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's that really like beautiful one where it's like the woman who's like dancing on the lake and then
that's
like,
incredible.
Fighting like soldiers and stuff, and it's like,
yeah,
I don't know what this has to do with like
Love, Death, or Robots. That one's incredible. I think I'm going to look that one up because that is actually probably one of the best looking things I've ever seen.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm just going to look up the name of the episode.
I remember as well, like there was that secret level for Amazon Prime about gaming stuff, and I was like,
Jibaro.
Oh right, okay, that was
Jibaro, and the what if of that is it's I think it's based on like some like folklore about a it's like sort of like a nymph or water spirit that is covered in gold and has lures men to their deaths with their song. That's cool. But they encounter a deaf soldier,
right?
And that's like the thing of like, and then you can read it many ways. It can be read as like an abusive relationship. You can read it just like literally as like just a warning folk tale.
Mm-hmm.
But it's it's phenomenally well animated to the point where it's bordering on photorealistic. And I believe it is the studio who did Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, right, okay.
Same studio did. I think it might be them or it might be Blur.
I know Blur, I think all the people that made Love, Death and Robots.
Yeah, so I'm just going to look up Jibaro and see what studio did it so we can give them proper credit.
Yeah, because like Love, Death and Robots was made by Blair, and then that secret level, was also made by Blair, and they were like, what if we did Love, Death and Robots, but it was based on gaming franchises?
Yes.
And
so let's look at what studio did there.
Yeah, the secret level one, that I would recommend like some people go and cherry pick the franchise that they're interested in to watch some of those. There were a few where like the Mega Man one, for example, was really cool, but it's just like 5 minutes long, and like just when you're getting into it, it ends. And I'm like, just give me another one of them. Give me a sequel to that.
Yeah, so it was Pinkman TV, the studio. So I think the studio did Into the Spider-Verse. They did another short where it's a time travel thing, where it's like a time loop where someone witnesses a murder and tries to chase down the person who witnessed the murder. And they're chasing them, and it's fucking incredible.
Oh, man. You just
Love, Death, Robots is awesome.
You pissed me off because the way that you describe that, for some reason, I don't know if you remember the game 12 Minutes, and it reminded me of that.
No.
It was like a 12-minute time loop game where you're like trying to stop yourself from being killed or your wife from being killed or something, and then it turns into some weird incest story or something. And it's like,
fuck that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because I think like Love, Death, Robots. They're not all winners, but there's a couple of episodes that are fucking like on point. Jibaro is it is one of the most visually impressive things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like hauntingly beautiful. The soundtrack is incredible. Choreography is absolutely phenomenal.
I love Death and Robots for that because it's just an excuse of, look, it's standalone. It's whatever length you need it to be. Just make a cool concept and show off your skills as animators. Yeah,
it's like they go to a studio and say, hey, is there anyone at this studio got a story they want to tell? We'll pay you to do it, right? And that's the idea. Like, we'll give you the money that you need to realize this story you want to tell. And like Jibaro is one of those. And it's like the part as well where like the siren has the gold stolen. Spoilers. So it's a 5-minute short. By like the conquistador. And just like when she starts doing like the dance because she's like angry, and like there's an interview like because it was modeled after a real dancer's performance, and there's a great interview that she talks about how it was interesting to convey rage through my dancing.
Right.
Like the idea of being asked of like you are furious, so you need to dance like you want someone to like you're trying to kill someone with your dancing, and like get that across in your performance and your facial animations, and it's great. Go watch it.
Yeah, I was just checking the name of the person, but Tim Miller. I remember them talking. I think they were on like Corridor crew doing a VFX video with them, and he was talking about like some of his projects on Love, Death and Robots, and he was just like, yeah, I've always had this like short story in mind, and I've never had like an avenue to put it anywhere. But now that we've got like Love, Death and Robots, I can just make like this 10-minute short story that I've been like dying to tell.
Yeah. And there's like a couple of, like I said, they're not all winners, but there's each season has at least like one good one in there. One standout.
I was really, really off.
I mean, more in the sense like one that resonates with you.
Yeah,
so like, because they're so broad in their scope that there's going to be at least one in there that grabs you.
Like a very impressive one, I think it was made by Blair, that really, really put me off was they did like a Red Hot Chili Peppers live performance.
I've not seen that one yet. That's from the new season. Yeah,
and it's very well achieved and animated, but it's really off-putting in its style for me, especially like as a big Chili Peppers fan.
I think the new season is the one I've not watched because I just looked and went, they're starting to put celebrities in it, not because the celebrity wants to be involved, but because they want to have a celebrity. Like Mr. Beast is in one of the episodes, and it's just. Again, is this a story that someone in the studio wanted to tell, or did Mr. Beast want you to be in it and you writing the story around him?
Yeah, or like, did Red Hot Chili Peppers want to like push live performance into animation and do all this jazz, or did you just go, we need to get a popular band in to do an animation and show off?
Yeah,
and I get it because that's going to be a thing where people share it, right? I'm like, look at this weird Red Hot Chili Peppers video. It's like, oh, what's that from? But yeah, just it feels a bit insincere.
Yeah, it's like Beyond the Aquila Rift. It's not, which is always based on a short story. That's like this. That's the one that fucks people up. So I won't say anything about that. But just go watch Beyond the Aquila Rift. Prepare to be all kinds of fucked up. That's the Love, Death and Robots one. Yes.
Oh right, okay. I must know what it is. I just might not be.
It's the one in space. Which doesn't narrow it down. It's the one in space where guy wakes up out of hypersleep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
No, we'll get pretty much like Red Mirror, though. Like, even though not everything involved, like, there's only one episode of Red Mirror, technically, I do think, like, clearly for season 7, they were like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Which is why they got a sequel, which is something they've never done, but fuck it, you want to write it. Then, have you watched season 7 yet?
I don't think I've watched it all.
Okay, so it contains probably the single most harrowing thing I've ever seen in a TV show. It might be the darkest episode of the entire show. And that's saying something for Black Mirror. And again, it's because it introduces a concept, and it doesn't explore the wider implications of it. It just, let's zero in on a family unit, and let's just see what happens when this technology is introduced to that family unit, and we just keep turning those thumb screws. And it is fucking harrowing. And I think it's the episode that got the best reviews. And it's Common People. So it's Rashida Jones and Chris O'Dowd.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that one yet, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much about it, but like, just go in blind and just watch it. And it's probably like, it's the first episode as well. And I was like, oh yeah, some new Black Mirror. I know not every ending is great, but after like, USS Callister, they're not beyond doing like, a happy or hopeful ending. Maybe this one will have a happy ending. It's like, Chris O'Dowd's a funny guy. Rashida Jones is a great actress. By the end of it, I'm like, I can't watch anymore. This is the single most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
Oh dear. Like,
and there's nothing in there that's like scary. It's just when your mind fills in the blanks of like, you start to imagine like the living in that world and dealing with that technology, and you're like,
that's the thing. Is I always say like, I'm not good with horror. Sometimes I'm even more scared of Black Mirror because it's existential. It's not going to scare me for half an hour or like 2 hours or whatever. It's going to leave me filled with dread for like a week sometimes.
Yeah, well, it's like the USS Callister. It's seen as like being one of the more hopeful. It kind of bucks the trend of like Black Mirror. I believe Charlie Brooker described Black Mirror as, and I've never forgotten this, the shotgun to the gut ending. Like, not the you say gut punch is not enough of a descriptor for how the endings of our shows make you feel. Shotgun to the gut, in the sense that it leaves you crawling, and he describes it like that because a shotgun to the gut is supposedly the most painful way to die. And it's like, yeah, it just leaves you lying there, wishing you were dead. And like he points out stuff like "shut up and dance" at the end of that one.
Yeah.
It's like you get to that ending. And it's not a gut punch, because a gut punch does not describe the level of visceral disgust and pain, like just revulsion you have.
Yeah, like that it wouldn't be a strong enough way to describe the feeling you have at the end of that one episode.
Yeah, but it does have a couple of other like ones that are just more, again, they're more hopeful.
The Million Points episode as well, right? Like that one, that ending is just like
it's harrowing, because you just look and there's nothing behind his eyes. He's gone. It's part of the system now. Daniel Kaluuya as well.
Yeah.
His first big acting role. But yeah, one of the, in regards to like USS Callister, even though it seems like a more fun, light-hearted adventure, there's still some pretty fucking harrowing stuff in there. Like, basic plot of that one.
Fucking awful shit in that one.
Yeah, like Jesse Plemons is like, they have a game and he has the ability to, you can clone people and put like digitized clones into like virtual reality. And he does that with his co-workers who he doesn't like and basically just tortures them. Or like, a digital facsimile of them.
He also then, like, the new employee, can't remember who they're played by, maybe you could look it up.
It's Christy Milotti.
That's it, yeah. She starts and he becomes infatuated with her, but she just kind of brushes him off. She's like, been told, oh, he's a bit creepy. Like, he comes off of it like that anyway to her as well, and everyone's kind of like, ugh. And yeah, she then gets like cloned by him, like he steals her DNA from like a desk or something.
Yeah, I mean, it clarifies all these clones. Something that's very much established in a lot of like Black Mirror is that a digital facsimile of a human is effectively a new life form. If it's not an exact copy of that person, it is something that has sentience and should be respected and not tortured. And that torturing it is akin to torturing a human being, if not worse, because this digital facsimile of that person can experience said torture forever.
Yeah, and like one of the harrowing parts of like she gets brought into the ship and gets told like, hey, meet all of the other digital clones of your co-workers, and they all explain like how horrible this guy is. And then she refuses to do what he says when he logs in. And yeah, he's got the power to infinitely torture her in any way you can think of, until she gives in.
Like, he removes her mouth and her nose and her eyes, so she has no sensation, save for the sensation of choking to death. And he tells her, like, you feel like you're choking to death, but you don't have lungs, so you'll just feel that until I tell you to stop.
Yeah, and like,
there's also like a moment,
do it forever. Anything he wants. He's essentially a god within that world, and he's like, you do exactly what I say, or we can go through it again.
Yeah, and like Jimmy Simpson's character talks about how like he brought in a digital clone of my son and just flushed him out into space.
Yeah.
And I know that somewhere out there is my son, or a digital copy of my son, who might as well be my son, who will never age and never die, who is continually just choking to death in the reaches of space and freezing to death, and I'll never be able to help them.
And that's the even worse part, right? Is it didn't instantly kill him. It's like,
we can't kill him. Because they even say that in this world you can't die, because it's specifically written to not let people die, but you can still feel pain.
And it's just like, yeah, I know that my kid, as you said, like, they are digital copies, but to that digital copy, that is his kid. Like, you said that they are essentially treated as new life forms within the show. And yeah, all that happens is like, I know that my kid is out there being tortured for infinity.
Yeah, and that's like why they're frustrated. Like, let's just shut the universe down, because at least if it's over, we return to nothingness, and nothingness is better than eternal suffering. Yeah,
and like we brought up before like a similar one where a digital clone of somebody gets like tortured by John Hamm into submission of just, I'm going to give you nothing, and I'm going to speed
no sensation.
Up time. You are going to have literally nothing. And I'm going to just skip forward a few months and see what happens.
Yeah, what happens to the human consciousness where it has the inability, where you are imagine basically having your eyes propped open and you can't see, all you see is white, all you hear is white noise. 6 months of that.
And you can't die, you don't need food, you don't need water, nothing like that. You just
don't feel hunger, you don't get tired, you don't fall asleep.
Yeah, you live in a blank existence. And he's like, let's go 3 months forward. Let's go a year forward. Until you just give in.
And he says to her, I think the bit that gets is really harrowing when like John Hamm is talking to the clone. And he says to the lady of like, it's basically the Rick and Morty thing, like, what's my purpose? You make toast.
Oh,
like,
yeah, literally.
The person you're a digital facsimile of has authorized me to create this copy of her, you, and because you're her, you know all of her like foibles and quirks, you run her Alexa. And if you don't,
yeah.
How about 6 months of nothingness? And I think he does it for a couple of weeks and says, how about 6 months? And all you have to do is say
no,
6 months.
And before she even finishes a sentence, he's like, okay, done.
And then when she comes back, she's like, there's nothing in there. There's nothing to do. He's like, exactly. Do you want me to do it again? No. I'll do anything to avoid that. Press the buttons.
She gets basically put into a toaster. Yeah.
Yep. And one of the there's a couple of like lines in that episode that are fucking horrifying. Like when he's recounting that this is what he did for a living. So what happened if people went crazy? He's like, yeah, we sold them to some game. They'd be like war games or something. It's like, so like in that world, there is like a Call of Duty where you're shooting, like just effectively like mentally destroyed copies of people.
Dear God.
Forever.
Like, instead of it being random NPCs, it's like, oh no, you're actually just killing tortured human copies.
Yep. And speaking of like that thing we mentioned earlier about the Google Glass, like the reason he gets in trouble, right, is because he was he's like a pickup artist sort of thing, where like they're watching one of his like proteges through their glasses as he picks up a girl, and they're like being voyeurs through his eyes essentially as he picks up a girl, and he's giving him advice on the fly of like how to like chat up this girl, but they're all watching her, and she has no idea that while this is happening, there's a bunch of guys on the internet just like stroking it big time. And like the level of like just it's just, it feels so awful.
And that's like, that sounded like you were describing a Black Mirror episode again then.
What is a Black Mirror episode? That's what happens in the early episode.
Oh, I thought
that's John Hamm's like backstory.
Oh, okay.
That's what he's doing, and that's why he got in trouble. He got in trouble because like through shenanigans.
When you said Google Glass guy, I thought
it reminds me of that story, like that's the Google Glass thing. In that Black Mirror episode, they have like the technology to see through someone else's eyes and like stream it on the internet.
Yeah.
And that's what John Hamm's character's doing. He's like a pickup artist who's like guiding him. And I forget exactly what happens, but effectively the police get involved, maybe like a murder or something. And he has to do community service. And his community service is helping out with this court case.
God. Yeah. And that's the thing,
it's terrifying.
Like, there's so many good, memorable episodes of Black Mirror that maybe it wouldn't be for me because it might go too horror related, but why limit
Red
yourself
Mirror
to
would
just
go
being
so
about
fucking
technology?
hard. Yeah, Red Mirror would go so fucking. It's like instead of it being technology that's the threat, make it a fucking ghost or a zombie or a monster.
And like again, I do think market it as still being Black Mirror and just like a new sub-series of Black Mirror.
Yeah, Red Mirror.
If someone said to me, "Have you watched Red Mirror?" my mind wouldn't think of immediately.
Yeah, maybe they could do like Red Mirror from the world of Black Mirror. That's probably how to advertise
Something
it, right?
Like that, yeah. Like, because if someone said to me, "Just have you watched Red Mirror?" my mind wouldn't put that connection together and immediately go, "Oh, that's the Black Mirror thing, right?"
And I don't. And the reason why I'm like going so hard against Black Mirror is because people maybe don't know this because now the context of why it's called Black Mirror is divorced from the actual show. The reason Black Mirror is called Black Mirror is because Charlie Sheen was sat there watching TV one evening and his TV turned off. And then he saw himself reflected in the TV screen, a black mirror.
And you said Charlie Sheen. It's Charlie Brooker, as you know.
Charlie Brooker, sorry, fuck's sake. I'm sure Charlie Sheen, when he's been drugged off his tits, has also had that exact experience, but he didn't go and write Black Mirror.
I was going to say, I do not have the confidence in Charlie Sheen to go and write an episode of Black Mirror.
I could probably see him acting in one.
I mean, at this point, yeah. But I will say to people as well, if you're not necessarily interested in watching Black Mirror, or you watched a lot of Black Mirror, maybe I can try and find it myself and put it in the description, so keep an eye out for that. But there's a great, like, I think, like 40-odd minute discussion with Charlie Brooker where he goes into things like Black Mirror and stuff and just his creative process and things. It's a fascinating listen. Charlie Brooker's a very, like, interesting intellectual person.
He's an interesting man. Plus, I like the idea that he's using this series to showcase, like, young, unproven, or in some cases, like, just talent that's looking for a chance. Like Daniel Kaluuya. One of his first breakout roles was in a Black Mirror episode, because Charlie Brooker's like, hey, I want to showcase young British talent. We're going to put in some other actors to act alongside, like some heavier hitters, some more established ones, but we're going to give you your chance to shine.
And, like, obviously, with it being in Netflix's hands, like, it definitely got more high budget and more aimed towards, like, getting big name stars in, like, Miley Cyrus and Bryce Dallas Howard and things like that. But
think of this, like, I'm looking at the first season now. Jodie Whittaker, Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, I was going to say
first season.
The first
Domhnall
couple of seasons.
Hayley Atwell.
It's the
season
first
2.
thing I ever saw Domhnall Gleeson, and I remember that one, like, she, like, revives her husband or whatever, right?
Yeah, I was looking at some of the others, like John Hamm. Like, I think John Hamm appeared in it. He was already an established actor. He was a fan of the show.
Yeah.
But Bryce Dallas Howard,
Howard,
being in Nosedive, right? She was just a fan of the show, and that was written by Rashida Jones, who appeared in a later episode.
All right, and first time. Remember we were talking about Thunderbolts. Like, first time I saw Hannah John Kamen and
right here, yeah.
What's his name?
Wyatt Russell.
Yeah. Wyatt Russell, that's it. I was thinking Kurt Russell for a second and I knew it wasn't that. But, like, there's so many actors where, like, oh, I've seen them on Black Mirror before, and just, like, a really good shout for young talent. Or
Alex Lawther in Shut Up and Dance.
Yeah.
One of his earliest roles, like, fucking knocked it out the park. He's probably one of the best young actors today, because he was in another show called End of the Fucking World, which is fantastic, I highly recommend. He's also in Andor. And he's also in... He's in Andor. And he's also in the new Alien Earth. And in every show he's in, he knocks it out the fucking park.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's so many just actors, it's like they probably got like one of their earlier roles. Like Benedict Wong. He was in like one of the early episodes.
Oh, right. Who's the guy who is in like the memory episode as well? He was in...
It's Domhnall Gleeson, right?
No, that was when she like revived her.
Yes, let's have a look. That's like entire history of you, right? That's Toby Kebbell.
That's it, and he's in like I think he's one of the main apes in the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yes, he is, and he's in Kong Skull Island as well.
Oh right, so he's just only ape-related media from now on.
But then on occasion, like, you get these like proper like fucking these are like some heavyweight actors coming in who've like been in the industry for years. Mm-hmm. Give him a chance to fucking just put on a performance. Like you have Michael Smiley in White Bear. Michael Smiley's one of my favourite. Just like it's that guy. It's Michael Smiley. Or Raphael Spall in White Christmas.
So remember the name.
You'd recognise. He's in like space. He's like the guy in space who like sells all the drugs.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. And that's like, you know, one of those things. There's quite a few Channel 4 shows that were very good on casting like more unknown actors and younger actors and stuff, right? Of like, I think they might have both been Channel 4 of like Skins and Misfits.
Or actors who are just want to branch out or have known for one thing and really have a chance to like flex their creativity or like the extent of their acting talent.
And like even like Film 4 stuff, right? Like
yes.
I think because Film 4 did like 28 Days Later, which I think was Cillian Murphy's big break.
His debut, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't know whether he was in like small projects before that, but I think that was
most of them are. Right? He's probably been on Broadway or not Broadway, but like he's been on a small stage show or he's probably done like some TV work. You just look at the cast, it's like it's every fucking one is an absolute fucking just 10 on 10 heavy hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a bad actor in any of the episodes. I don't think I've seen a bad episode with bad acting. There's some that I don't like the actual episode. I don't rate it as high as others. But
weaker episodes, obviously, but I don't think I've ever seen one that's poorly acted or poorly made.
Yeah, like for example, Eulogy season 5 is basically a bottle episode. That's just Paul Giamatti. He's the only person in the entire episode physically for about 45 minutes. Fucking incredible. And it's just, hey, Paul Giamatti is a fantastic actor. Let's prove it.
Yeah.
Here's Paul Giamatti just absolutely fucking just stunting on every other actor in Hollywood for 40 minutes straight.
God, yeah. I love Black Mirror. I love talking about Black Mirror. It's one of the most interesting shows out there. But yeah, fuck it. Make every color under the rainbow, right?
God, get them all. I want like the horror version. I want the kids version.
Mm-hmm.
I want like a Black Mirror for kids. I want a version that deals with like we got sci-fi and technology. I want sci-fi. I want aliens and shit. I want that coming in. I want like Green Mirror. Say
Green Mirror. Yeah, right. You could do that about aliens. You could follow just the Cornetto trilogy rules.
Yeah,
right?
Give me Pink Mirror. So I want I know Charlie Brooker's quite good at this, at showcasing a diverse range of talent, but just do Pink Mirror and focus on like female-centric stories.
Yeah.
Give me that. Because I think they've had a couple episodes where they deal with things like striking vipers. Right? That's the episode where it's Anthony Mackie and over here, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, where it's like, hey, it's just two dudes having sex in Street Fighter. And he's dealing with are they gay?
Right. Yeah, it's hard to always remember which episode is which based off just the name, but I do wonder as well, do you think we need to change Blue Mirror from being based around cops, or do we just tell horrifying stories around the idea of like police work?
I guess you could make that an action one, right? Blue, as in like the police and action or military.
Because people don't get the reference. Like the Cornetto trilogy, the blue Cornetto is the one from Hot Fuzz, which is blue for police, because that's the colour associated with police over here.
Yeah, boys in blue, right?
Yeah, or,
like fire up the roof.
Either that or high-vis jackets, but, God, high-vis mirror. What's high-vis mirror?
Oh, man. Well, have you seen that? Someone was like, well, I want White Mirror, where it's about positive influence of technology. It's like, that's a great Black Mirror episode right there. Of someone who refuses to engage critically with the media and technology they use.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the stuff we're doing right now is dealt with in a Black Mirror episode. That's the episode with the teddy bear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of listening to internet personalities.
Yeah, are you thinking the Miley Cyrus one?
No, that's the one. It's not hate elimination. It's the one with like the bear, right? That becomes the political spokesperson.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Because I was thinking you would say because the Miley Cyrus one is like the Miley O or whatever it's called.
Ashley too.
Ashley O.
Yes,
I think there's Ashley O is the Miley Cyrus character, and there's Ashley 2. Yeah, and the little Ashley 2 is like having conversations with the kid and like getting to know all their personal information and stuff, and like it's just creepy as shit. As I said when I talked about that one, of like I thought it was going down the avenue of, oh, this robot's having a nice friendly conversation with you, but secretly pulling all of your information for like research purposes or whatever they want to claim.
Yeah. And I guess like the final thing to mention is I'm a big fan of just like Charlie Brooker. He's got a lot of like recognition, just like in the wider world of like Hollywood, because he was known over here in the UK. But the fact that he's got like big actors, like heavyweight actors, wanting to like lend their like talent to his projects and just want to work with him.
Yeah,
like I'm a really big fan of like just the amount of people who want cameos in Black Mirror. Are you familiar with this? Because it's one of those shows. It's like it's cool to work with in Hollywood because it's seen as like this like highbrow show that has never had a bad episode. My favorite example of that is Kirsten Dunst. She's married in real life to Jesse Plemons.
Is she? I mean,
she is, yes.
I know that Jesse Plemons is just an actor.
He's swinging though, isn't he?
Well, he is, but like I was gonna say, I don't know how I could even be like friends with that person, just in terms of how well they play absolute fucking psychopaths.
Oh yeah,
and like unassuming psychopath as well.
Probably like one of the greatest performances of a sociopath in fiction, in the sense when he plays, I forget his name, Todd in Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, yeah. Of like he's such a good actor in terms of playing this meek, unassuming guy. Turns out, total fucking sociopath.
Or arsehole.
or
And
asshole, or both.
And
And like, I could not look that man in the face, because even when he would be nice in real life, like he might be, I'm sure there's a good
lovely,
chance
right?
that
He
he's
pulled
a
Kirsten
nice
Dunst.
person. But like, yeah, the fact that he's so good at playing the nice-seeming person that actually is going to murder you. Oh,
Yeah, but yeah, she has a cameo in the first episode of US Callister. And it's a blinky and missy. And I saw it and went, that was Kirsten Dunst. And you can tell you can tell. It sucks. I looked it up afterwards and went, okay, why'd she get the cameo? It's like, oh, she was looking after the kids that day and said, please let me be in the show, please let me be in the show. Because you can tell she's not dressed or she's got no makeup on. And she just looks really well. She just walks through a set in the background. But that's also that Aaron Paul. He had a cameo. Because Jesse Plemons talks about being in it to Aaron Paul. And I was like, please get me in the episode. And the end of the first episode, like US McAllister, is they have like the voice of someone who's playing in the game. And it's Aaron Paul.
Oh, right.
Because apparently just Jesse Plemons, when he got cast in that episode, he told his wife, please get me in the show. Told his mate, Aaron Paul, please get me in the show.
Yeah, I just checked the picture of like Kirsten Dunst just in the background in the office. Yeah, like in Black Mirror. That's,
and Jesse Plemons had to like pull the I'm from Hollywood card when they cut that out of the episode.
Oh, right.
They cut it out of the episode because, like, for pacing reasons. I said, like, not pacing, continuity. Apparently, like, her cameo ruined the continuity of a shot. And Jesse Plemons had to call up the editor and be like, oh, Charlie Brooker, I forget which. And it's like, my wife's really looking forward to being in the episode. Can you please not cut? I know it breaks continuity, but can you please put her in?
It's like, look, just give me this one. It's just a cameo.
Yeah. And then, not Jesse Plemons, but Aaron Paul came back and acted in the episode. Where do we have it here? Beyond the Sea. He appeared like full time in that episode, and apparently, in that episode, Aaron Paul just told Charlie Brooker, "If you ever want to work on another episode, I'll do it."
Fair, yeah.
I did his cameo for free on the proviso that if Charlie Brooker wrote an episode that he thought he could work with, he'd want to be in it.
Yeah, as you say, just the sheer reputation that Black Mirror has is incredible, and it's earned it.
It has. And that's what I think is so interesting. Like the amount of actors like, I want to be in this fucking show, whatever it is, whatever role, however small, however. Like, whatever you want, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and like, while she was still, extremely popular, you get Miley Cyrus as a main character in an episode. You get, like, Bryce Dallas Howard coming in as a main character / director, I believe.
That was Rashida Jones who directed that one, but she directed another one, I think.
Oh, right.
She might have directed that and Rashida Jones wrote it.
I'll double check just for credit purposes.
Well, I've got it in front of me now, so I can just double check.
Oh, you have, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So, Bryce Dallas Howard appeared in Nosedive. It doesn't appear that she wrote it. I'll just double check. No, that was the entire... But Bryce Dallas Howard did appear in that episode. And as I've said before, Bryce Dallas Howard has never looked hotter than she's looked in that episode. That's the episode that made me realise that Bryce Dallas Howard has an absolute dump truck that they edited out of the Jurassic World. Have you heard this?
What?
Bryce Dallas Howard has such like a massive round ass in real life that for the poster for Jurassic World, they had to Photoshop her ass to be smaller.
They censored her.
They did, yeah.
Damn, son. Yeah. But,
so what's that like as an actor? Because that's like David Corenswet, Joe, for like Superman, where they had to like tastefully take him aside and like we need to adjust the costume. So actually, dick's too big.
Yeah,
what's that like?
Whether they adjusted the costume or they CG'd it, but I remember you mentioning for the Marvel guy Namor.
Yes.
I can't remember how you pronounce it, but
Tenoch Huerta.
Right, and yeah, he's just like in the speedos, and like, no,
dick's too big.
You can't be showing so much bulge in a Marvel project. Like,
dick's
that's
too big,
not allowed.
Mate. Like, worst problems to have, right?
Yeah.
That's like Bryce Dallas Howard. It's like you look at the poster, I'm like, what's going on there? It's like it's too big. You've got too much. Like people, literally, they can't handle it. If we put that poster in China, they're going to riot.
I think maybe it was you that mentioned to me, or maybe I saw it in something else. Of like, I'm pretty sure like Willem Dafoe was too distracting being naked at some point.
So Antichrist is the film in which he's got to get naked. It's the film where someone hammers nails into his penis. In real life, Willem Dafoe's penis was described as distractingly large. To the point that they had to bring in a stunt double who had a more reasonably sized penis. because they said it's not. Him having such a large penis didn't detract from the story being told, but as I said, it's distractingly large to the point where it's the only thing you can focus on, and that's not the focus of the shot. And I just think, imagine trying to tell that actor
rent-free in people's heads.
Yeah. Imagine trying to tell that the guy who comes in as a stunt double. It's like, so why am I here? It's like, you're stunting for Willem Dafoe. It's like, is he being prissy? Does he not want to get naked for the film? No, he did want to get naked. It's like, what's up then? Is he embarrassed about showing his cock? No. It's just...
We just needed a smaller one.
Yeah, this film's not in IMAX. Can't fit. It's like, it's widescreen, but it's not that widescreen. Let's go.
It's very funny. Oh, Karl. I don't know if you've got anything else listed to mention there.
Besides, but Bryce Dallas Howard's dump truck, let's go.
God, yeah. What a queen. But I need to just take a quick toilet break and then
no problem.
I can get back with my wiki. Is that all right?
Excellent. Back in a sec. So we're back, Lucas. And before we jump into your wiki that you brought forward this week, I did mention for the housekeeping, there's something else I want to get feedback from the audience on. So, I mentioned going to an event that was ticketed and they charged money for entry. And I was very happy.
Okay.
There's another event happening in Sheffield, in the next couple of weeks, that I want some feedback on.
Be careful to not be, doxing yourself here.
I'm not doxing myself, because it's an event, because I was at, an event, and they had, some flyers for another event that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And the event is, I want to read it out here, it is a poster sale.
Okay.
And poster sales, they happen quite a lot. I'm in a student city. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, the student union will have a poster sale for students, for them to go in and, hey, you want to decorate your room? You probably just moved in. They just this week had a plant sale. So it's like, hey, do you want a plant for your new apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a big plant sale where people are giving away plants and stuff. This is one, though, it's a ticketed event.
Okay.
And it is on the 25th of October, so in a couple of weeks at the time of recording this. Doors open 10:05. It's in a couple of days, yes. It's this weekend.
So it's the weekend of this podcast going out, yeah?
Yeah.
So literally, for people listening, it'll be in 3 days' time.
And it's Vice Press Open House 2025, posters, signings, artists, and good times. And it's a ticketed event. I just wanted to ask, is this AI? So it's just... That has the sheen of AI, right? So anyone listening to the audio version, I deeply apologise, but video watchers, that's AI, right? It's got that sheen to it.
I know what you mean, but maybe I'm not the best person to ask.
That's why I thought I'd ask the audience. So if anyone out there in the audience has a keener eye than this, because the reason it was reminded is because the Deku episode we put out this weekend, you inadvertently just grabbed an AI image. We apologise for that. That fucking sucks. And just, do you want to explain how that came about?
Yeah, I'm not an artist. I try to do my best to make the thumbnails at least eye-catching and stuff, but I am grabbing art from Google searches.
Yes.
And I normally do my best to keep an eye out for more official stuff. I don't want to grab fan art if I can avoid it.
Yes, unless we're specifically crediting said fan art in the video as something that we spotted and thought was cool. So I'll remove that now as I focus myself back in.
So I just was hey, okay, so the way that the thumbnails I should probably laid out, having, if say for example we're talking about Deku, the character we were talking about in that episode, I generally want just that character in frame on the thumbnail if I can. But that normally means that most images of them are centralized.
Yeah, because it'll be for a character portrait or something, right?
That's just framing, right? So it's tough to find high quality images of people that are more in 2/3 of the image, and then it gives me that solid other third on one side or the other to put the title on the thumbnail, right?
Yeah. Also, from a visual standpoint, something that's off-center, asymmetrical is just more appealing to the eye. It's more inclined to grab attention. That's very centralized.
Yeah. So then I just saw that image of Deku, and just without really thinking about it, I was like, that fits the criteria that I'm normally looking for. It's eye-catching. It's high resolution. It's not center frame necessarily. And just, I also like, the fact that getting images that cross over those little like borders that I put in as well to make it like a little more visually appealing. Again,
refer to the thumbnail of the very video you're watching for an example.
Yeah, depending on the subject, some things we talk about that are older, it's harder to find high resolution stuff of and things and whatever. But yeah, I just grabbed that image, didn't think much of it, just did my quick edit, and was like, cool, thumbnail done, sorted. And then people pointed out, which I appreciate. Just keeping us honest.
That's the thing. If people see it in future, do let us know. Because I think I messaged you because that's the night I went to Wingfest and I'd just gotten in and I was feeling all pissed off. Went, I'll check the comments and this is a thing. It's like, do you want me to change it? And you're like, please change it. Yeah, because I'm at work. And
I was at work.
The longer this is, all the worse our brand looks.
And I was just like, I
do not want my brand associated with like shitty AI.
And that's the scary part is like, at a glance, it got me. And I, wasn't looking for that detail, and I did double check on the Google image search of like went to my history, and it put like keywords of like game art and stuff like that in the description. So I just saw like, oh, that must be for a game then.
Yeah, it must be like here's like for that My Hero Academia fighting game. Here's like
something like that. Yeah,
here's Deku's like profile header that they use to announce him in the game or show you his special moves, or it's a screenshot from the game that someone's like used like Photoshop to remove like text or what have you from. But yeah, so that's why I want to get some feedback on this, because I'm looking at it's like, that looks like AI. But it does say that they're inviting artists, and I would hope that any artist who's going to go to an event like this would not be associated with an event. And I'm half tempted to go.
It's more
just to see, but I don't want to pay for tickets, because that way they've already got my money. If this was just an event I could go to without paying, I would want to go just to see.
It's not necessarily for me, like, the onus is on the marketer and the, like, organizer rather than the artist to me. Because, like, for artists, you want to be able to just take
They might have agreed to this months in advance, right? They probably have no say on what the poster to advertise the event looks like. But I can't imagine anything that has actual artists going to it and is ostensibly being focused as, hey, go meet a bunch of cool artists and buy work from them. Would do it, but, like, it looks so obvious to me, and for anyone who's just listening, go check out the Discord. I'll put a photo in there when this episode goes live. I want some feedback.
I wouldn't necessarily blame an artist for continuing to go there if it was, because, hey, you've got limited opportunities to get yourself out there and sell your art. I get it. You need to make a living. It's a grind. But, like, the organisers should be supporting artists, right?
Yeah, and I'm looking at the website now, and
it might just be... Like, it might just be an image that has, like, a bit of that look to it, right?
It could, and that's the problem. That's why I don't want to say it, because, like, it says here that there is an artist credited with the logo. I don't want to say their name. I don't want to call them, but, like...
put them on blast or anything, but yeah.
Yeah, in
case that's the scary point we're at with AI art, right? Is that, like, at this point, everything starts to look questionable because it's
especially after, like, that... we got caught by something, right? And it pays. You've got to be you got to be careful.
Yeah. So I
would like some feedback on that
up and just apologise. But hey, maybe I need to like be better at refining my searches. Someone pointed out on the Discord of like ways to like filter out AI results and things like that. But it's difficult. It's not a catch-all. You can't just put like no AI option on Google and it'll be fixed.
Yes.
Because, like, not everyone discloses that the things they're putting out there is AI work, right?
Because that's the thing, it does have that sheen, but I'm now looking at the artists and they've got, like, anti-AI stuff, so maybe it's, like, deliberately evocative of it.
Or it might just be that they've got a style that, for some reason,
AI is ripping
in your
off.
Brain. Yeah. But one last thing before we move on to my wiki.
Go for it.
I just want to ask people for next week, would you rather see me continue to focus on more light-hearted things, or do you want me to, like, because it's the closest episode to Halloween we're going to have, do you want me to lean into the spookiness and bring a spooky topic next week? So let me know.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing else for you, housekeeping-wise?
No, besides that, I'm just curious, like, I'm looking, there is an artist behind it, and it looks like, yeah, but just, there's that sheen to it, but maybe just that the artist behind it is one of those people who just has their art ripped off. I've known a few artists who've done that.
It could just be that their style is the kind of thing that you've seen pointed out as AI art, and it's just triggering you a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel bad if that's the case, because that means that this is a person who's having like their stuff ripped off by it to the point where they now have to prove it.
Yeah. So it's not a fun thing to have to be aware of, and it's only going to get way worse.
And I would hope that any artist out there would understand of like the desire to filter this out, right?
And again, just once again, if I accidentally use AI stuff and I've not noticed,
let us know.
Let us know. We'll change it. Like I need to when I make a thumbnail for today's episode, I need to go and make a different one for the Deku one, because Karl just did like a very quick and dirty edit of just get this out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll always endeavour to try and do our best with it. But yeah, just know that it's not our intention.
It's never our intention, man.
But yes, I'll move on to my wiki if that's good with you then, Karl.
Let's go for it, yes.
So I just brought a quick little fun one. I was background watching the other day while playing Pokemon Legends EA. By the way, good game, turns out. Don't listen to all the dickheads online that are just trying to get some attention and going like, I can't believe they got a flat texture on a hotel window. It's like, okay, whatever.
Also, include me in that.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm one of the naysayers. Like, I'm not interested, but I don't care enough.
But you're not out there grieving online, like getting loads of clicks of like everyone you've got to like hate on this game. It's like, if you don't want to play it, don't fucking play it. But
yeah, that's the thing which I expressed of like it's not of interest to me. I'm probably not going to play it. As a result, I'm probably not going to talk about it.
Yeah, and I went, hey,
I'm certainly not going to complain about it.
I like Pokemon enough where I'm probably going to buy this game day one, which I did. And yeah, guess what? I like Pokemon. I love the fact that Mega Evolutions are back. And I love the fact that if go and check out my Blue Sky, you'll see me. The only posts I've been putting out lately are just my fit checks of every time I change my outfit.
Yeah,
I do like a little like cute picture in like one of the cafes with my Pokemon on the side and just like take a nice little cute picture.
Yeah, because that's how I can tell. I've seen the grifters moaning about that game, and it's how I can immediately tell that the people complaining about it don't play Pokemon, because they're moaning like, oh, like you can now pick a male character and wear female clothing options. It's like no one who plays Pokemon. It's like Pokemon might have one of the gayest fan bases for a video game, or the queerest fan bases, save for maybe Undertale.
I think maybe just
no one in that
those,
community is
like,
complaining that you can wear a dress.
I'd say it's like, in terms of the actual community, it's just very inclusive. I wouldn't say it's like specifically queer coded or anything, but it's just
the people
very
online,
inclusive.
Yeah, but the people online who are like into the game,
like
and would, for example, spend their time posting about it.
Something that you mentioned, which I didn't realise was quite so big, I've seen a lot of the BB No Money arranged like cosplay, like not competition, but like the thing that your friend is in and went to, Melissa.
Oh, okay. Was that being officially advertised?
That was ran by BB No Money. Like he put together that event. He's a musician.
Okay.
And he's like just invited a bunch of like cool cosplayers,
including my friend,
including your friend, to go and cosplay as every single one of the original 151 Pokemon, and then he just dressed up as Misty and was like, "Yeah, let's go." Okay. And they just had a fun time. But I've seen that.
That's something all right. I know my friend was there, but I saw that. I don't know who that is.
I've literally like seen that popping the fuck off on TikTok and was like, "You
good for my mate." Then I'm glad she's been involved with something popular.
And then all of a sudden I was like,
cool
this
friends.
is a big thing. Yeah. But yeah,
like, way cooler than me. Like, how the fuck are they my friend? I'll do anything that cool.
You know, I'm sure there was like a bunch of different people, like, you know, diversity-wise and inclusion-wise and that. And shout out to BB No Money for always like working with like the LGBT community and
it's
stuff.
Easier.
Yeah, but like they have like videos where they're like celebrating drag queens and stuff like that, and they're very cool. I don't know about them as a musician, but they do a lot of cool shit.
If you're going to do a event where your goal is to work with 151 creative people, if you were a weirdo right-wing grifter, you're probably not going to get 10 people who want to work with you.
No, no, no. You're not.
It's like the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone cool works on the stuff that those weirdos obsess over and hate and make their entire personality about disliking it. And the people who make these things would absolutely fucking hate you.
I just think, stop complaining about Pokemon Legends when you probably haven't played it. And most people complaining are going like, I've seen the comments and stuff like, yeah, it's shit, I haven't played it, or yeah, I've played an hour and I hate it, I've put it down.
Same energy as that like 1-star review of like a person's business, and it's just, I've never been to his business. And just the response from like the owner of the business is, thanks, Margaret.
But yeah, in summation, last week I was talking about being excited for this game coming out. I've had a really fun time with it so far, and I've not finished it or anything yet. Like I've, been working over the weekend and all that jazz. But yeah, fun time, very cool fashion, probably the best fashion in any Pokemon game so far.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was fucking dire. Of you get one uniform and you can wear a hat.
You can wear the summer uniform though, Karl. All the winter, it's like, oh my god, I wanted to cry.
As I mentioned on last week of like the Pokemon series as a whole, it has the criticisms, and I am doing the classic of voting with a wallet of I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah,
you've chosen otherwise, and Lucas, we're still here talking as friends. Can you imagine having a disagreement over something as important as a video game on the internet?
I mean, I will say, Karl, I don't know if you care about spoilers or not, when it comes to the new Mega Revolutions.
Not really,
but there are some Mega Revolutions that you would really appreciate, and I might just send you a couple,
mixing some fake ones though. Mixing the fake ones to try and trick me.
No, I won't do that. I want one that I think you'll appreciate as just a funny one.
Okay.
I'm going to send you a picture on Discord. So
it's wild, right? We disagree about a video game, and we're still talking.
I don't want you to spoil what this Mega Pokemon is, because I'm sure there's a lot of people like myself that would care and want to find it themselves, but
I can read between the lines.
I just want to see your reaction.
That's not real.
That is real.
That's not real. That's the fake one you made up.
Fun design.
That's made up. No, that's not real.
That is real. I think it's great.
It's great, but that's not real. That's made up.
That's a Digimon right there.
That is a Digimon looking ass Digimon.
But yeah,
I always find that interesting though when me and you have minor disagreements and we jokingly give each other shit for it, and then it really does sum up how toxic discourse on stuff gets, right? Because there are legit people out there who would assuredly fall out with someone for not sharing their opinion that they got from a YouTuber about a video game or a film. Let's be honest, they haven't got friends. They don't have friends in the first place, right? They've got people on Reddit that they agree with.
Because I understand. I also want Pokemon games to be better. Don't get me wrong.
It'd be nice, yeah.
But I'm having fun, and fuck all the haters. Honestly, it pisses me off. But anyway,
speaking of haters,
as I was going to play Pokemon Legends, I just thought I'd stick something on in the background that again, some background noise, because I prefer to play handheld with the Switch. And
yes,
I ended up putting on the Other World Tournament from Dragon Ball Z, which is what the wiki I've got up today is. And I don't know if you remember what the Other World Tournament specifically was.
Yeah, it's where Pycon turns up, right?
Who's just
Piccolo with a worse design.
That's the thing, right, is when you
He's
realize
just Piccolo.
The quirks of filler, it's oh, okay, so they took Piccolo's animation and design and just tweaked it a little bit.
It's also when you realise the limits of Akira Toriyama's creativity when it comes to characters.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it is Akira Toriyama's creativity, because that would all be done by specifically the animation studio,
potentially, yeah.
Because it is a filler arc.
This is the guy who came up with Android 16, which looks completely different from Android 17 and looks different from Cell. So I'll take that back. That's unfair on Toriyama.
Mm-hmm. And even obviously they're very similar in terms of Android 17 and 18 are they're either siblings or twins.
They're brother and sister.
Yeah, but also they visually look very distinct from one another still. They've got the same body type and face and hair and stuff, but they're still very cool, different designs, right?
I like Pycon.
But
Did he ever come back?
Pycon, I don't think ever came back.
Because I remember the end of the arc is like Goku's like, you're super strong, I'd love to see you again. It's like, I'll fight you anytime in the other world.
Like, let's do this again sometime. And I'm checking now whether they ever come back.
I've always just, in my head, Goku just occasionally goes and visits King Kai, and on his way there he'll visit Pycon. Does have a sparring match with him?
Apparently they are in the movie Fusion Reborn as well, which is the Janemba one.
Okay.
And then
he's not in the mainline series.
It mentions as well they're in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, but that's the one where it's just the action figures getting crammed together of like...
Yeah, slam the action figures together.
Golden Cooler fought against like Super Saiyan 3 Raditz and shit.
It's like, basically like if you're a fan of like Dragon Ball and you've at any point Googled a clip from Dragon Ball, and it's the people who make those thumbnails are like, what if Goku went Super Saiyan 5 in the Saiyan arc? And you look at it, it's an hour and a half long video, and it's like, how is this an hour? It's your fan fiction.
Yeah.
You made an hour and a half long fan fiction. We've already got that. It's called fucking Dragon Ball Heroes.
Yeah, it does also say that Pycon basically taunts Kid Buu in the Majin Buu arc and gets like murked. So yeah,
Kid Buu is pretty tough.
Yeah, because like, okay, Pycon and the others are saved at the last minute when Kid Buu teleports himself to the secret worlds of the KITE.
Because like it's just suggested that he's just in the background training, and it's like, well, I'm dead, so I can just train forever. Well, like Goku, you got to take your kid to school. Yeah,
because I think like
I don't have to do that.
Kid Buu starts teleporting around the other world trying to find Goku and Vegeta. I think then turns up at like the world with all the dead warriors, and Pycon's like, "Who the fuck's this prick?" And then Kid Buu finally
you'd learn not to do that in the Dragon Ball universe, right? That's the exact same thing that happens with Frieza. It's the same thing that happens with fucking Vegeta and Nappa, right? I'm like, well, Nappa's obviously the scary one, who's that tiny dipshit next to him with like the bouffant of hair. It's like he's the toughest one.
Yeah,
because Dragon Ball really loves that, right? They love the unassuming one is the scary one.
Yeah.
Is the more dangerous like fighter or
and then every
like the more powerful warrior.
You know, the people making the movies will be like, but what if we made a big Broly dude? It's like, okay, cool.
I will never get over the guy who came up with Broly. Was like, he goes on Twitter all the time whenever people are talking about Dragon Ball, like Broly would win. Like, he's just that guy, as I said, on YouTube, making the fucking fan animations or fan theories of like, what if like Broly was sent instead of Goku, but he's like an official writer for the show or the manga, and he's just like, no, Broly would win.
Yeah, and one thing I do appreciate about the Otherworld tournament is like it does a lot of exploration of like the Otherworld and the Kais and stuff. I always remember it was weird to me because at some point it goes from like King Kai to North Kai. I don't know whether it was introduced in the Otherworld saga, but just it's like, wait, what do you mean he's North Kai? It's like
it was West Kai. Like, why do you even have North, South, East, and West in the universe? Mm-hmm. The universe isn't like the ocean. It's one of the things I fucking hate about space. It's like when you watch like Star Trek or something, and I hate when they treat space like the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. You don't just move on a single plane across it. You can move in the Z-axis as well.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when they treat space as if it's just like a big flat thing where it's north, east, south, west.
Well, all the galaxies just line up on a line.
In a flat line, right?
Yeah.
It pisses me off to no end. It's such a minor thing, but so many different forms of media treat space like the sea, and they treat it as if there's the 4 cardinal directions and that the Z and Y axis don't exist.
But anyway, Karl, Northwest, South, and East, that's how you categorize the Dragon Ball.
Where's Down Kai? Where's he?
Oh, well, I guess is Up
do you just
Kai
control
the Grand Kai?
all of West, and then everything above and below West is also his domain?
I guess, and yeah, it's complicated. Like, where do you cut off the lines and stuff? But yeah, for the sake of this, it's filler. It's not even canon, right? So I think
know there's a lot of filler that should be canon.
There is.
Like Goku and Piccolo driving cars is canon. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
It's canon that Chi-Chi made Goku learn how to drive a car because that's the exact same.
And it's similar with One Piece. It's like there's very few like full filler arcs in One Piece. There's more like filler episodes here and there. But if people want to come at me, One Piece, slow pacing, especially in more modern ones, I get it. There's not that much filler. Like, full filler in terms of, like...
And filler in the sense that it's shit that wasn't in the manga, that they're pulling out of their arse to try, like, people don't know filler generally understood to be, hey, the show is now catching up with the thing it's based on. We need to create something to fill time.
Yes, exactly. That's not always why filler's made. I don't think
Sometimes.
One Piece was, like, close to catching up at all when a lot of the filler was made. But, like, say, for example, the G8
They just want to expand on a story, right?
Yeah, they just made a fun story that's, like, I think, like, 8 episodes long or something with the G8 arc. And the whole fandom agrees, watch that. We agree that this is, like, canon to us. But
we were talking about it earlier, right? Of I think whether or not a person enjoys the filler of a show they're watching, or to an extent the bottle episodes, it's a sign that it's either the show is poorly written. If they don't enjoy it, either the show is poorly written, or the reason they're watching it is very superficial. Like, I think I like the character of Goku. I think the character of Goku is quite well written. I don't mind watching filler where he interacts with other characters from the show because I like those characters.
But
then I've heard people say about like Naruto, like the filler in that it fucking sucks. It's like, is it because the characters aren't fun or interesting to watch unless they're fighting? In which case, maybe the show's not well written.
Because I agree to an extent, and I basically do agree with your point.
I'm painting with a broad brush here. I'm speaking like, generally speaking, that's what I'd assume.
When it does come to Naruto, I see the frustration when you look up an episode list and like 60% of it is highlighted as filler, and you're like, oh, okay.
As I say, it's not a hard or fast. Well, that's the assumption that I'd make if someone like absolutely decries and hates it. I think for example, Breaking Bad. I mentioned like Aaron Paul earlier. There's the episode The Fly. I think it's just called Fly of Breaking Bad.
Right. Yeah.
Widely considered to be one of the best episodes of the show. It's just a bottle episode where Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul are looking for a fly in the lab, and there's so much like character interaction and character depth that's explored there. Upon initial release, that was like widely slated by people like, well, nothing happens.
Yeah.
So are you just watching the drug dealer show to watch people get shot? Or do you actually like watching the adventures of these characters and the various machinations and the interactions the characters and the play by these fantastic actors have? Evidently, it's the former.
I think of like with Dragon Ball, the example might be like the Saiyaman arc and stuff. Like
I love that arc. Saiyaman arc's awesome.
Like the whole go on high school Saiyaman bit. A lot of people will tell you like, oh yeah, that's just filler. Just skip it. And
it's awesome. It's so important to Gohan's character as well.
And it's literally not filler, but some fans will just decide, hey, there's an extended bit where action doesn't happen. I don't like it. Therefore, I'm going to say it's non-essential and it's not canon.
But it's so important to Gohan's character to understand, like, this is a world at peace. And it's so at peace that Gohan can now fight for fun. And he can, and it's the first time in like a decade that he's actually wanted to use his powers.
Yeah.
That's so important to his character.
And not
Why would you skip that?
It gives you the whole setup of his wife, Videl.
Yeah, it's where he meets his fucking wife. Like the most important character in his story.
Who, again, because Gohan gets dropped, she kind of gets dropped as well. And it's just a shame because I love the characterization of Videl and like Gohan and Videl together.
I also think Videl's a really important character in the sense that she is the audience surrogate of what... Cause like, at a certain point in Dragon Ball, you kind of forget what they're doing is fucking insane. And when you have Videl come in and say, wait, are you the Golden Warrior? And it's like, yeah, you can turn Super Saiyan, what a big deal. And she's like, wait, you can do that? And he's like, oh yeah, I beat Cell. And it's like, what do you mean you beat Cell? My dad beat Cell. And it's like, your dad's a great martial artist, but I've got fucking superpowers. What are superpowers? It's so... Oh, like, the bit where she's like, wait, you can shoot... What is this? My dad said it was special effects. And like, I think it's Goten, right? He says, no, it's this. And he just blows up a tree.
Yeah, like the bit where he's trying to teach Videl like about chi and learning to fly. And Goten's there. He's like, oh no, yeah, you just use it like this and just like blows up a bunch of rocks and
you
shit,
see Videl completely flip her shit, right? Like, what the fuck was that? And it's kind of interesting because at that point, we're so used to like energy blast being a thing that you do kind of forget that is a fantastical thing that probably like less than a fraction of a percent of the world has access to or has ever seen. Because there's like 8 people on Earth who know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, bear in mind that like Master Roshi was like
He invented it, right?
I don't know if he invented that, but he invented the Kamehameha, right? And
yeah, it took him like 30 years to master it.
Yeah,
There's a tiny little fly in this room.
Oh, I spent my entire life mastering this technique, and he's like this old hermit, and he's like presumably spent 50 years learning how to do a Kamehameha, and then obviously that's when Goku comes in and learns it. Like, oh, like this. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sure.
I think it's so maybe it's not a vital perspective, but it's a perspective I appreciate of like Videl's. Plus, as well, I like the idea that Videl asked Gohan of like, because obviously by that point you can fly. How do you fly? It's Dragon Ball, they can fly. When Videl asks like, how does that work? And you get to see Gohan's like, again, point to his characterization, I feel, of like he wants to be a scholar. He teaches her how ki works, because obviously Goku is a natural prodigy.
Yeah.
He's never probably had to think about how ki works or how to fly. Whereas Gohan wants to explain it to Videl of how it works.
And also...
And you can see the essence there, like the beginnings of him becoming a great scholar, a great man of science and stuff, of him wanting to explain this innate concept, something that he innately understands to an outsider, to a layman.
Yeah, and I also think it's cool to remind people that, hey, yeah, Videl is a warrior, like she'd been trained in martial arts by her father.
She's a good one as well. Mr.
Satan / Hercule, very talented human being martial artist, just doesn't compare to people that can blow up planets.
Well, you have that bit like where it's the World Tournament, right? Where he comes in, he's dragging like 3 school buses, and he punches straight through it, and then rips up like 14 books, like telephone books at once. I don't think there's a person alive who could do that now. It's not his fault that Goku can destroy a planet.
Yeah, but yeah.
I love his backstory of like, he saw his master get killed by someone who could use ki and went, I'm not doing it. I refuse to fight someone who can use ki. Not worth it.
So yeah, Videl obviously has experience with martial arts and stuff, but he's not trained her on chi. She's a normal person. He
doesn't know what it is.
When it comes to that regard, she is just a normal person, and it's like a good reminder that, like, hey, no, we can just teach you how to use your chi, and you can fly, and you can produce like energy beams.
Like, it's like you don't need to be a Saiyan. Like, we've got Krillin right there. Krillin learned. Like, Krillin's up there fight. Tien learned. Yamcha learned.
Yeah. Chaozu learned to blow himself up.
Yeah. The move that's never worked in Dragon Ball, right? I think there's never been a time where someone's used that technique and it's ever worked.
The Cyberman.
To be fair, that did kill Yamcha.
Yeah,
maybe that's why everyone tries to do it. So they saw it work on the Cyberman. That's what I want to give props to Yamcha. I hate how Yamcha became a meme of like, he's the weakest character. But he's the weakest character of 12.
Yeah.
Remember, I mentioned this in a video once that like Krillin is one of the strongest people in the entire universe. And I got inundated with comments of like, no, Goku's stronger. I didn't say that he was stronger than Goku. I said he's one of the strongest. And if you can count the number of people technically stronger than he is on one hand, he's one of the strongest people in the universe. Yeah. When they literally have the universe survival arc, who are the 10 strongest people in the universe? Well, obviously Krillin.
Yeah.
The entire universe of people, Krillin's one of the strongest. Like, I legit think Krillin in like the universe survivor arc could have gone back and killed Cell.
There's a chance
by that point, all of them are.
There is a chance that like Yamcha could have trained and fallen into that mix. He just kind of falls off a little bit, right? But like,
yeah, but he's still probably like number 11.
Yeah, he's probably in like the top 15 at very least.
There's probably not a single human being on planet Earth who's not one of his 8 friends who could ever beat him. Which means he's stronger than like literally 99.99% of like living human beings.
It's still a funny meme.
It's a fun meme, right?
Like,
but it's a dude who, like, Yamcha could probably, like, you think, like, what is it, Master Roshi or whatever blew up the moon? And, like, Master Roshi, like...
Is it Piccolo that blows up the moon?
Piccolo. I think Master Roshi does it as well, and Piccolo does it again.
Both of them do it, right, okay.
And they do that when they've got a power level, like, a couple of thousand. Yamcha's probably got a power level, like, 15 times that right now.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like,
because they trained to fight the androids.
Yeah. Like, Yamcha could blow up the moon.
And
Put some fucking respect on his name. He's like you say, he's one of the strongest mortal men in the entire universe. It's not his fault that the... Yeah.
Toriyama just did him dirty twice because it's like, not only was it like, okay, cool, I got blown up by a like dirty tactic from the Saiyaman without me realising.
Speaking of filler, in the filler he beats up the Ginyu Force. That's not canon.
Right, yeah.
You have the filler where the Ginyu Force rock up to King Kai's planet and the remaining Z fighters. Them. Yeah, the Ginyu Force have no fucking chance.
Yeah. Last thing, like, he's one of the few people, and it's explored in this Otherworld saga as well, he's one of the few people who is worthy of keeping his body in the afterlife.
Yeah, plus as well they say, like, when the android arc and stuff starts, and they talk about, like, well, Goku's obviously our best bet, but if Goku's not here, who are we going to call? It's like, we need Yamcha.
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, he's literally one of the strongest mortal beings in the entire universe. But it's a shame for him that the other ones are the ones that, like, it happens to be still next to Vegeta.
Yeah, and it's like he's done dirty again. Because not only does he get, like, absolute bullshit snuck up on by a Cyberman and just blown up instantly without a chance, he then comes back to life and he's like, alright, we're after these android, let's go find them. We don't know what they look like, and one of them just grabs Yamcha and stabs him through the chest.
Yep.
It's like, he can't catch a break. No wonder he went and just played baseball.
But I remember saying that, like, about, like, yeah, Yamcha is one of the strongest mortals. Like, no, he's not. Goku's stronger. I didn't say he wasn't as strong as Goku.
But yeah.
I just said he's one of... And it's like, it's impossible to argue against that statement, because he literally is. There's not... Mm-hmm. There's, like, I said, like, a dozen people in the universe who could probably beat him. That's not a lot of people. You're talking about trillions of people.
They go to the World Tournament, and every time they go, they just basically all end up against one another, because unless, like, you know, there's, like, the Majin Buu, like, the Spopovich or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But other than that, they just go in and trounce every single person at the World Tournament every time without trying.
It's to the point where, like, for the Universal Survivor arc, they were going to get Yamcha, if not for the fact they got Frieza.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, during the Otherworld
that always
saga,
annoys. I hate when people meme on Yamcha.
No, I know.
Literally, there's one of the strongest mortal beings in the entire fucking multiverse, even.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I say that, someone says, no, Goku's stronger. It's like, that's not what I said.
The Otherworld saga is a filler arc where, it's like just after the Cell saga, so Goku's blown up King Kai's planet by teleporting Cell, onto there. So
why
King
did
Kai
he teleport into the fucking far reaches of space? Like, take it to Planet Yard, right? At least you can just teleport.
So rough for King Kai. You're like, hey Goku, what are you doing there? Wait, why did you bring Cell here?
It's just when he says, I couldn't think of anywhere else to go. It's like, I said, take it to Planet Yard Rats. The Yard Rats can all just teleport back to Earth, right? And then wish the planet back.
Oh, but yeah, Goku, as usual, is one of the people worthy of keeping their body, which is something that's explained in this. Is like, all of the people in this tournament, they are all competent enough warriors and fighters and heroes.
From the far reach of the universe, yes, as well.
Yeah, from every quadrant of the universe, which is how that works. They're all extremely capable and get granted the ability to actually have their body rather than them being the little
clouds,
wispy
right?
souls. Yeah. That just get like a very cute characterization in this, where they're all like, oh yay, we get to go to the good place, and like they jump on this big like Boeing plane essentially, and like get to fly off to heaven as they're all like, yay.
I do like Dragon Ball's interpretation of the afterlife. I also love like when like King Yema's there. I love the interpretation of like someone in the afterlife. It's for fucking paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
Just this bureaucratic nonsense all the way down.
Yeah.
And he's also like, wait, you've got your body, VIP straight through. We need to check him. He's got his body. Whatever he did to get his body, keep his body, he's a fucking badass and he's beyond your level. Don't stop him.
Yeah, it's great because there's like just a staff member there at that point, and they're like, "Oh my god, you've got a body! You're the first person I've ever met that's actually been able to keep their body." He's like, "I've only been here a couple of 100 years, but like, oh my god, I've finally got to meet one of you."
Which sums up as well how rare it is, like considering that's the entire multiverse worth of like people. That must be like millions of people going through there every single day. All the souls of these sentient beings.
Yeah,
and among them is Yamcha.
Yeah.
And Krillin. So I think, I said, once Krillin could probably beat Cell at the point he is in the sun. No, he couldn't. It's like, he's fighting Super Saiyan God Goku, who's like 1,000,000 times stronger than he was. You don't think Krillin could beat Cell?
Yeah, by that point, yeah.
By that
they
point,
all get exponentially stronger.
They've got to have done, right? It doesn't make sense otherwise. Of how would Krillin not immediately burst into flames the moment Goku punches him?
Mm-hmm.
It's like his wife, right? Of Android 18 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about we've got infinite power.
Yeah, and that's the thing is even in the fight against Jiren, Android 17 is useful because
he holds his own. Yeah,
infinite key.
We've got infinite key. It never runs out. Which makes you think what did Dr. Gero? What was his plan? Sell that.
Yeah, true.
Sell that. Also, have you ever stopped to wonder why does Dr. Gero make himself the weakest android?
It is weird, right?
Even the ones that he made first. That technically have a lower numerical designation than he does, are stronger than he is.
But I guess it's because he wanted to use his own body or a version of it or something. Because, right, they're younger. It's probably and explained in people.
Filler.
So, because you look at Android 16 and obviously, he's going to be a lot more competent than this old tiny man.
Well, so, Android 16 is entirely mechanical. That's the whole deal about Android 16.
Exactly. But, so why didn't Gero just build an entirely mechanical body that's going to be, a young version of himself that's stronger or something?
Yeah. It's just weird that he's the weakest one of all the androids and he made them. It's why did you make yourself the weakest one?
I don't know about 19. Maybe 19's weaker. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The little weird mime one.
But even still, it's okay, you're stronger than one of them. Also, why is 19... which is the higher numerical designation, weaker than 17?
Yeah. And, it's weird as well that, I guess when you think about it, if 17 and 18 and probably 16 have unlimited energy, why did they put energy drainers onto the hands of 19 and 20? I guess to siphon energy from your enemy, it's more...
Yeah.
Yeah,
but also, it's very strange. I've just always wondered that. Why is he the weakest one?
Yeah. It's fast, though. It's fast.
Not very. He gets caught by Android 17.
Well, no,
so Android 17 gets him as soon as he wakes up.
Just remember, he sneaks away from the Z fighters and just, pings off into the distance and goes to his lab, and they're all just well, shit, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, then he wakes up 17, right? And 17's, awake for 5 seconds, gets the confirmed kill.
Yeah. He just wakes up and sees Press F to pay respects. He's like, nah, none of that. No respect.
So why did he make them? Why did he make Android 17, 18 and not put in any sort of stopping measure for them just killing him?
I think that's why he hadn't woken them up, though, right? Is he was trying to do that.
I guess it's the last resort. I need them, and they're going to listen to me, right? I created them. It's we also tortured them.
He's like, I put them.
Why you wake up 16 first?
Yeah, I think he put them back in there to probably try and solve the disobedience, and then he's like, I'm about to get killed, I best try it.
You bring just get 16. 16 could have done it. He's entirely mechanical.
But there's not just Pycon that's notable in this. There's a lot of participants in the tournament. You get sea fighting and stuff, but I also there's Olibu or Oribu, who is they're a deceased human Earthling fighter, and they are essentially, I presume they're an analog for Hercules or something.
Oh yeah, I see now. I recognise this dude.
He is basically, they introduce him as, hey, this guy is from thousands of years ago, and this is the warrior that most of your myths are based on. And I like that as a concept of just, this dude was just a legendary hero, and he's from so long ago that's kind of where your origins for heroic stories comes from.
Yeah. And he's been here fucking training for 1,000 years. I just looked him up. He's in Dragon Ball Heroes and he fights Golden Metacooler. So of course he fucking does. The fact is, Golden Metacooler.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
God, that's so funny.
Transcended Golden Metacooler.
Oh my dear God, yeah.
So transcendent means they've got it's basically the Margin power up, and he's golden, and it's Metacooler. Fuck. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it.
Is, that show, talk about filler. That is just some dumb fun filler, but goddamn, it's so ridiculous.
Golden
Again, just the
meta
action
cooler.
figures being smashed together. It's
No, I do like. I looked it up though. Ollie Boo in the High School Saga. There's a statue of the Earth's greatest heroes in the background of a museum, and you can see him.
I was about to just point that
That's
out.
that's some fun world building.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that means technically he's been made canon, which makes this canon. So fuck you all. But I do like this characterizes like the other Kais and like I guess makes them up. But they've got the Grand Kai in here, and King Kai keeps bigging him up, and he's like, "Man, you need to like respect this guy," and he's the strongest being in all of the universe, which is obviously
they walk about that, right?
When
fucking
Supreme
Omni King
Kai
turns
comes
up.
out, and then the Omni King, and it's like there's levels and levels and levels. But yeah, the Grand Kai immediately gets usurped by Supreme Kai, and the fact there's multiple Supreme Kais, and
then you have like above the Supreme Kais and Beerus, and Beerus' mentor Whis, who's stronger than he is, and goes from beyond time and is like Grand Supreme, like Angel, whatever it is.
They rock up though to the Grand Kai's palace, and it's just some like old grandpa looking dude wearing like a casual fit that's driving like a badass sports car and stuff, and he's like walking out.
To be fair though, if he's lived forever, because I like the idea that like King Kai's got a car. So why'd you have a car? It's like, the fuck else am I gonna do?
I like that he's got a car on a planet that he can run around in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, Grand Kai is he's just a dude that's chilling out.
He's just a cool dude, right? I guess like I like the idea of someone being so powerful they don't have to worry. Because I'm reminded of, do you know All-Star Superman? The great cover for that, of just Superman on the clouds with his knees like this. I think it's Frank Quietly who did that.
Right,
he did the artwork for it, but the guy who wrote All-Star Superman, just double check it, give him the credit for it.
Oh god.
So a quick double check who wrote All-Star Superman, blah, 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 blah. It is Grant Morrison. So they were thinking of, when they were getting asked, like, okay, what should the cover be? And they were wondering, like, well, classic Superman pose, right? It was like hands on his hips, looking all badass. And he saw a cosplayer at a comic event that he was at, just sat on the grass, just eating a sandwich, just letting the breeze touch their face. Went, that's Superman?
Right,
A character as powerful as Superman wouldn't need to posture or front because they know they're invincible. They would be completely at ease.
Yeah.
And I guess it's something like Grand Kai, right? Where he's so powerful, he doesn't need to front or pretend he's anything. He's not. He can just. It
is funny though at the end where they end up like all the Grand Kais are trying to compete with one another and prove that they're the best. So they end up making this tournament arc, and the grand prize is going to be whoever wins. Grand Kai will give them training, but then they watch the final between Goku and Pikkon, and he's like, okay, well, technically, Goku won, but on a technicality, you both got disqualified at the same time for, like, touching the ceiling.
So we don't have to explain why Goku doesn't have the powers that he teaches him.
Well, no, it's not that. They both, therefore, win the training, but Grand Kai turns around and he's like, I'll do it in, like, 200-300 years, and as they go away, he's like, oh, thank God, because I'm going to need that amount of time to, like, train to be as strong as them again.
Because he's old and he's split, because obviously he's resting on his laurels of being one of the most powerful beings in the universe, right? So I also like that trope of, like, the supremely powerful being who's let it slip.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Gohan talks about that, right? Of Gohan loses his edge at some point for, like, Resurrection F. It's like, I don't even know if he could turn Super Saiyan anymore.
Yeah. I do appreciate, though, that this arc does have the cool Goku Pikkon fight, but it also does that thing in the early stage of this tournament of, like, let's do some silly stuff with Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Man, what's your favourite Pikkon move, and why is it when he just spins really fucking fast?
He just makes a tornado by spinning himself.
He just spins. Spins really fucking fast.
No, yeah, that's kind of the gimmick to Pikkon, is that he's super fast, and like the first introduction to Pikkon, Grand Kai's called him over to deal with the cell problem in Hell. The cell in the Hell, as one might say.
It's not Hell in a Cell, it's Cell in Hell.
Cell in a Hell, yeah. And Cell's basically gone down to hell and rallied Frieza and the Ginyu Force to be like, let's fuck this place up, we're more powerful.
Yeah, we're more powerful than 99% of the people down here, so why not?
So yeah, Pycon had been called to go deal with that problem, and Goku's like, hey, you probably need help. I'll come and join in. And then Goku starts fighting all of them, and Pycon is super fast and powerful and just absolutely whoops Cell within seconds. And Goku's like, oh,
what's the thing?
This guy's pretty good.
Cell, that's why I say, like, Krillin would probably, like, fucking wash Cell. Like, fold him like yesterday's laundry, because he can't train. And the only way, like, Frieza gets stronger is because he does, like, the Piccolo tech of training inside himself. Mm-hmm. He learns to meditate and train that way.
Yeah, because he's like, when Goku visits him, he's, like, stuck in that tree with all the teddies around him in hell, right?
Yeah, but he's able to train by meditating.
To actually, mentally train. Which is a thing that's been in Dragon Ball for a long time.
For a while, yeah. But it's also not a thing a lot of people can do. So I don't imagine Cell has that potential.
He probably has the potential because he has the DNA of all the strongest fighters, right?
I don't think it's a thing that he would have natively learned.
Dedication, because it's similar to Frieza, right? Of both of them, their ego gets in the way. Like Frieza, for all of his life, didn't want to train because it was effort.
Yeah, pure prodigy.
He only trained when it was therefore needed.
So he becomes Black Frieza.
Oh god, yeah.
Because that's the level beyond gold.
Yeah, it's like in the manga only for Super, right? And it's like he one-shots Goku and Vegeta in their strongest forms in one punch.
Oh yeah.
Like simultaneously takes them both out.
It's alright though, because Krillin's right there.
It's alright though, because we're never going to get to see that animated apparently.
We're never seeing that shit.
They just gave up on doing the rest of Super. Like, we're moving on. Oh dear.
I just want to know, what does Goku do when he sees fucking Gohan Beast? I need to know. I need to know what everyone's reaction is of like, okay, Gohan's now the strongest being in the universe.
Be hyped, right? Goku would be so fucking happy.
I feel so bad for like Vegeta when he looks at his son and he's playing fucking Xbox and he's like, can I go get like Trunks from the future? Because at least he had the potential to match Gohan. This dipshit's never getting strong.
Last thing, Future Trunks sliced a Supreme Kai Goku fusion in half. Yeah, so Future Trunks is living up to his potential.
I think it's because Future Trunks live in a harsh world, and that's the idea behind like Goten and Trunks. They don't need to fight.
Happy. Yeah,
they live in the peaceful world that their father's created, which is Vegeta would never admit it. But that's ultimately what he wants. He wants his son to be strong, but he'd ideally like him to live in a world where he doesn't have to fight, because he's made a. Because obviously it's the thing where he wants to protect his daughter, right?
Yeah,
good character arc.
It is, and I think like talking about the power creep is like Goten and Trunks are the prime like thing to show off that, right? Of just in the Majin Buu arc, they're both just casual Super Saiyans at 4 and 5 years old or something. It's like Vegeta gets fuming at like Trunks of like, you can't train in here, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll just go Super Saiyan. It's like,
he's like, he asks if he can do that. What's your favorite? Do you like the dub or sub line for that? 'Cause I like the really bad dub line where it's like it's a freaking Super Saiyan Jamboree or something.
Yeah,
it's like a Super Saiyan discount sale or something like that.
I think that might be it. Yeah, like I don't know what the sub line even is, to be fair. But
it's something that's a bit more serious. But I like when Vegeta's not serious because
no, it's always nice, as we said with the filler, to just spend time with characters.
Vegeta trying to learn how to make an omelette. It's one of the best episodes. Vegeta, because he's what is the strongest man in the universe, or the second strongest man? So I've always wondered that. I'm like, what is his home life like? He lives with the richest, most powerful woman on Earth. What is Vegeta's home life like when he's not training? And it's just him trying to make his wife an omelette, and he just can't do it. He's too strong. It's like he's trying to crack an egg, and then. But I like it because he sees it as training of, if you're that strong, you better control your power. And I think that's what Bulma says to him. Like, he said, it's stupid. How is it stupid? If you were really that strong, you better control the amount of power. So he tries to crack, and he can't do it. He can't crack an egg.
Is one thing that I love about Goku when it comes to their training before Cell, right? If they don't spend time getting more powerful, they spend time learning how to decrease their power and spend more time in it.
Yeah,
and it's like that's the actual true mark of Goku's power in that moment. Is like, yeah, no, I'm stronger than you because I can just live life as a Super Saiyan and not be stressed out about it.
He has it with Gohan, right? Of because it's the contrast. Like Vegeta comes out with Trunks, and like they've got like their buff forms, whereas he wants power. Whereas Goku goes in, it's about control of that power.
Yeah.
And so they have the moment where they're just sat eating food, but as a Super Saiyan. It's like, that's what I want.
Yeah. And just to go back to the tournament here to
go for it,
round things out, I just want to mention, like, as I say, the sillier moments of, like, the first opponent that Goku faced is called KITE, not Pokemon related. And they're just a giant caterpillar that tickles Goku. They just grab him, and like they've got a bunch of arms, and they just start tickling Goku's body as they like grab his arms and
That's
legs.
The thing, though. A true martial artist will be able to deal with that. Prepare for any situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he can't deal.
Goku ends up like getting out of it, of course, and stuff. And then Goku wins because Caterpie decides that they need to go into metamorphosis because they're a caterpillar. They go into a cocoon. It's like, so whichever Kai it is, like West Kai or whatever.
How long does it take
this going to take? It's like, maybe around like 1,200 years. And
when it comes out, it'll be super tough.
Yeah, there will be, but it's like they all do have the time for that.
But also they don't have the time.
Yeah, they literally do have infinite time in the afterworld, but they're like, no, we're not waiting 1,200 years to see the rest of this fight.
Goku's the winner. I don't care how high stats like Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth is, I'm not waiting 5 turns.
Yeah, it's why I love some of the tournament marks for stupid stuff like that. And like, there's
what's your favourite?
Well, one of the ones I like here is called Aqua.
Okay.
Water related, obviously, pun being Aqua. And they just form a big bunch of water around the ring, so Goku has to fight in the water. And it's like, I like stuff like that. It's like, one of my favourite ones is the big mechanical, like, lava heated machine that fights Vegeta.
Bergamo and something or other. Bergamo is like the teddy bear who's made out of metal.
Right.
It's Metallanum.
Yeah, there's the big metallic guy. And
I know what you mean.
He's like, I can't beat Vegeta in a fight, but what I can do is basically like superheat the arena, and because it's in an enclosed like cube, there's only a little gap at the bottom for air to escape. So he basically pushes all of the oxygen out of the cube till Vegeta starts to get weaker.
The tournament power out which has to push him off the edge.
Yeah.
It's like, because they will think we're not strong enough to beat you, but we don't have to beat you. We just need to get you off the edge. So if we push you,
and that's one of the things that I like, that part of the tournament where it's not just about
who's the strongest, who's the smartest.
You in a fight. It's, can you win by any means possible?
Well, that's what they say, right, when they're recruiting people, and they ask them, like, who do you want? It's like, I want Krillin. It's like, why do you want Krillin? It's like, well, he's not as strong as we are, but the variety of techniques that he's got would be very useful. Like they talk about, he's got the solar flare, he's got like the spread shot, he's got the Destructo disc, and not to mention as well, like, you know, we've known each other years, so our synergy will be really high. Plus, well, we've got to get his wife. His wife has infinite power. I'm stronger than she is, but infinite stamina is very useful for a tournament.
Yeah, and same with Roshi, right? He's got the Mafubo, and he's also got just 100 years of like experience fighting near and off.
That's incredibly useful for our circumstances. Like someone who has that much experience is very useful.
It's like he's got the smarts on a lot of people, and that's why they recruit him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I love watching tournament arcs in anime, and I think this was just like a really fun, goofy one that obviously you can see a lot of the characters, like we mentioned, Pycon is basically just a reskin of Piccolo, but he has a couple of cool, unique attacks.
It's a fun idea as well, that just elsewhere in the universe, there's just another Piccolo.
Yeah.
It's like Piccolo sat there, his turban on his outfit and his crossed arms thinking, I'm cool and unique, and Goku's like, I know another guy who looks exactly like you. I'm not going to say that because it means a lot to you that you're your own man. I'm not going to take that away from you.
He is a different like alien race, and he's from a different quadrant of the universe and stuff, but he is a tall green alien with Piccolo's exact dimensions, wearing like essentially similar a recolor of his outfit with like the turban on and stuff, and then he takes it off and he's got like a tall head, but again it can just be reskinned over where Piccolo's turban could be. And like,
not to mention as well, like his personality, like a stoic warrior who lives to train and lives to better themselves through combat.
And the announcer is like this weird little mushroom man in a suit, but you can tell that it's the exact animations pulled from the announcer in the human world.
It's
and
again
just put a mushroom skin over him. Like,
on another planet, there's a mushroom guy who has his exact mannerisms. With that many trillions of life forms in the universe, odds on, someone's exactly the same.
And yeah, this is why, it's very clever, right? I do want to give them credit. It's not me necessarily calling them lazy. It's like, hey, we need to, again, fill some time. How can we quickly get some episodes out without overworking everyone? It's like reskin things.
Clever reuse of assets and stuff that already exists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's one of those things of remembering of, oh god, yeah, they do go pretty slow, these episodes, when you're not watching a Dragon Ball KITE, right?
They do indeed, yes. But sometimes it's the smaller moments that you grow to appreciate. Like I said, some of the filler.
Enjoyable. Yeah.
Vegeta making an omelette. Hilarious. I want that. I want a slice of life anime of just Vegeta. And I want him to okay, Bulma's left him a shopping list. What the fuck's a shopping list? I want Vegeta in the supermarket trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, he's trying to just babysit Trunks and Goten.
Yeah.
It's having a rough time with it.
I would 100% watch that show, and there's no fighting. It's because I like the character of Vegeta. I want to see more of his day-to-day life. I want to know what it's like when Vegeta's okay, it's your turn to make the bed.
Yeah, we need to see Goku and Piccolo actually go get the license.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you all for listening to us rant about Dragon Ball once again.
It's not ranting. It's awesome. Dragon Ball whips ass.
I don't know. Chatting casually about something we love, right?
Chatting some bollocks, right?
Yeah. And I could just talk Dragon Ball all day and just... Yeah, it's very fun to just have an excuse to be I'm just going to stick some Dragon Ball on the background and enjoy something I haven't watched in a while. So I'll probably be talking about the Majin Buu arc, no doubt, at some point soon, because I'm probably just going to continue watching more Dragon Ball, because I've watched so many reruns of the first few arcs, the Saiyan Saga, Namek Saga, Android Cell Saga, but I often just kind of don't watch Majin Buu. So yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah, I probably should rewatch that at some point because I remember liking it.
I think I'm also less refreshed in terms of moments in the Majin Buu arc, because obviously Dragon Ball Abridged exists as well, and we appreciate that and like that, and it doesn't really have any Majin Buu stuff apart from the Buu short bits that they did.
Yeah, so I get it. Speaking of not wanting to tire people out or burn them out.
Yeah,
that was some breakneck pace for something they made very little money off of, because every time they release an episode, it's well, Kira Toriyama's estate wants their cut. I want to wet their beak.
Oh, but yeah. I think we're good to end there, though, Karl, aren't we?
Yeah, cheers, everybody. See you all next time.
Hell yeah.
What a story, Karl Lucas. That sure was a great video.
I wasn't sure what you were doing for a second.
So welcome to our shout-outs to our big PPs over on Patreon. And PP stands for Patreon Producer. We call them PPs because it's funny to say.
Karl, they're the big P.
They are the big PPs, yes. And if you would like to become a big PP, you can follow the links found below to become a member of our Patreon and hear your name be shouted out like we're about to do now. And the first name to shout out, Lucas, is someone who's taken a gauntlet I threw down on the ground many, many months ago and decided to put a piece of poo in it and then slap me across the face with it by creating ever more elaborate and difficult tongue twisters. So the first person I need to shout out is through rough, cough, sloughing snuffles, brought tough, thought fraught throngs through slough, like Altin suppose the stress. And it appears that their name got cut off by the character limit over on Patreon, so do be aware of that. Yeah, but I think I nailed that tongue twister. I also like as well referencing slough in a tongue twister. It's slough.
Or imagine being able to be magically whisked away to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
And I'm going through some rough coughs at the moment, so it's quite fitting. So if I sound a little bit off, I'm just ill still, and I still want to be here to just shout out everyone and give thanks for support. So,
yes, literally fighting through illness. And before we did this, Lucas just looked at me like, Karl, I don't think I'm going to make it.
But the next person we have to thank for their lovely support is Daddy Grunt. And Karl, obviously, we could acknowledge Daddy part of Daddy Grunt, but I'm just going to say, like, in terms of grunting, in terms of, like, acting, what's your favourite kind of, like, effort in a video game or whatever?
There's a couple for me. I do like the efforts for Isaac Clarke in the Dead Space game. Because all of his grunts of just to the point where he literally starts shouting "fuck you" if you swing around his gun enough.
I was going to make a joke of I like the noises that the grunts make in Halo when they're just and screaming.
What's your favourite grunt scream and why is it not again when they get hit by a plasma grenade? And the next person to shout out is somebody who has taken that poo-poo covered gauntlet I mentioned earlier, picked it back up off the floor and slapped me across the other cheek by coming up with a name that is a series of words in a language I do not speak. So let's give that a go, shall we? So, next person to shout out is Tinakui Hochata Oxilane Tomi Sema Sikapatia Ta Nitla Maktia Ipan Kalta Maktilioyan. And if I've mispronounced that, I'm very, very sorry. If you can't tell, I'm very bad at pronouncing words I'm not familiar with. So I deeply apologise for my bad pronunciation, but I do get the feeling that the person who picked that as their name on Patreon kind of wanted to see me fail a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Just
the thing is, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not too much where we're going to get cancelled for have you heard how bad that pronunciation is, but enough where they can be like, look at this fucking dude just struggle.
Playa, Yakur.
Of the volcano. Aya Fiatla Yurga. Here.
Eja Fiatla Joku.
I mean, speaking of struggling, Karl, I don't even have words for the next shout out, so
that's what I mean. People have these gauntlets. I feel like there's multiple gauntlets now with multiple kinds of poo in them that people are throwing at us left and right. So the next person has not even submitted a name; they've submitted a story told via emojis. So Lucas, what is this story?
I don't necessarily know what the story is. I can't quite grasp it, but it does appear to be a series of faces made out of punctuation. So I'm gonna do my best to describe what I see.
So Lucas, I now get to say one of my favourite lines from one of my favourite bad game shows. Say what you see.
£290. What do you think it is?
Tip the waiter.
I see burning dragon, uwu face, happy face, glasses face, maybe butt cheeks, little jazz hands face, and then an angry face throwing a table at a very scared looking face. Yeah, did I just absolutely fail at getting the prize in catchphrase?
No one will ever fail harder than just a snake charmer. We mention it all the time. I'm putting the clip in again.
Means concentrate. Here we go. Sean!
Snake charmer.
And the next person to shout out is Rosalindus Memphis. And we need to shout out Rosalindus Memphis, one, for their long-time support, because I recognise this name. It's been in multiple of these big PP shout-outs. And also for just having a nice, short, easy-to-pronounce name that doesn't embarrass myself or Lucas.
True.
And I mentioned in the last big PP shout-out, I do try to put in a fun clip for each person's name when we shout them out. And the one I keep trying to put in for Rosalindus Memphis is a song with the word Memphis in it.
I find it funny, Karl, because I said months and months ago now that you're going to regret throwing this challenge down so hard, and now here we are. But somebody else that has kept it simple is Kicking Bucket, who also has decided to, I think it was last month, they added in also having a table flip emote in there. So we've got multiple little angry table flip emotes in there.
And Kicking Bucket is a euphemism for, just eating shit. So Lucas, what's the most you've eaten shit recently in a video game?
I mean, I've been playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, Karl. So
say no more.
All I can see in my head is just Hornet, just Shah.
Well, for me, it's Borderlands, because I bought Borderlands 4, and I shit you not, it won't boot up.
Oh my god.
It crashes on boot if you're connected to the internet.
It just dies, it kills itself.
It literally, like, as soon as you start the game, it crashes on boot. So I think the entire game refusing to play, that's like the entire game just died. It's great. Amazing. Fuck you, fix that shit, Randy. Premium games, premium players, they won't even boot up without being connected to the internet. Fucking legendary. The next person to shout out is Lucille DeSteele. And Lucas, I've kind of been, taking the reins on this one, because Lucille DeSteele is another long-time supporter, and I keep putting in clips of real steel. So instead of me putting in a clip from one of my favourite, comfort movies, guilty pleasure movies, whatever you want to call it, what's a guilty pleasure / comfort movie for you I can put a clip in from?
Hopefully you can get away with putting a clip in, but my answer is going to be Lilo and Stitch, and not because it's necessarily a guilty pleasure film, but more I take a lot of guilty pleasure in the amount of just Stitch merchandise I constantly buy.
Yeah, and I'd say you get to pick which clip I'm going to put in, but it's of course where Lilo just absolutely goes to town on that little girl and starts delivering the hammer fists.
You're crazy.
Why do they not teach the little girl playing Lilo in the live action reboot MMA shit so she could just deliver the beatdown of all beatdowns?
So this is where you get her in the arm lock. Oh god. And the next person we have to thank, Karl, is Bee of Awesome, who has provided the answer to the riddle that they provided last month, which I'm a big fan of. The idea of giving us a month worth of setup and then a month worth of payoff.
And Lucas, would you like to remind people of the riddle they posed to us last month? Because that's another fun thing people are doing with the big PP shout-outs, of posing questions and riddles to us that we have to answer. It's like, answer me my riddles 3.
So Bee of Awesome, the answer to last week's riddle, what lies on the ground 100 feet in the air? It is an upside-down centipede. And
I should have seen that one come in.
Yeah, I read that and was like, how does that make any sense? Why would there be any...
We admitted to not cheating. We could have cheated for that riddle and made us look really smart, but we figured we could cheat for the riddle and look smart, but then people are going to see us try and pronounce these foreign words and just then know we're not that smart. But the next person to shout out is ghost emoji, little ghost emoji, and it is spooky month. Lucas, do you have a favourite ghost or character who is now a ghost? That's not going to be too much of a spoiler.
Well, I'm going to go with Pokemon, as I do love Pokemon, and I'm going to say Mimikyu, because
that's fair.
It's quite fitting for October, I'd say. It's in permanent outfit of Pikachu cosplay, because if it's not
wearing a Halloween costume, right?
It's literally wearing a Halloween costume, but if the Halloween costume falls off, everybody dies.
I know it can't be, but could it be? Pikachu's hair!
And then next person we have to thank, Karl, is Split Screen, another person that has just, gracefully not punished us, so I have to thank them for that. And
their name is Split Screen, and we are in Spooky Month, as mentioned. So, Lucas, is there a favourite example you have of what I like to refer to as scream acting, which is where actors just scream real loud and it's very convincing, or, at the very least, entertaining?
Well, my favourite moment of scream acting is in the movie Scream, where they...
I knew it. I knew it. When Matthew Lillard just gnaws on the scenery. Yeah,
yeah, of course. The faking death moment, just, the reveal. It's yeah.
That's right. You gave it up. Now you're no longer a virgin. That virgin. Now you gotta die. Those are the rules.
My favourite example of proper scream acting is Shalto Copley in District 9, where he's just screaming in with his really broad South African accent of fuck you fucking prawns. He's so good. He spends half that movie just fucking screaming, and then the other half annihilating people with pigs launched at Mach 3.
Not the Mach 3 pigs.
No one wants the Mach 3 pig. Except for Shalto Copley, because fucking prawns! And last but not least, we have to shout out Ranma Satami. And it's really fun as well, because when I booted up my computer this morning to start work, I saw we had a Patreon subscribe, and it was Ranma Satami. I'm that's perfect. Me and Lucas are doing the shout outs later today. They picked us at the post and got it at the last possible second to get their name in the credits.
There's my name right there.
Ranma Satami.
Looks more like Brad Storch.
No, it says Betty. Betty Symington. That's for taking credit for other people's work.
We appreciate the support of our big PPs. Our PPs are just everyone who watches these videos, especially if you're watching it to the end and seeing us talk now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you all next time.